fellow Tottenham fans, and welcome back to the Irish Hotspur for the penultimate Tottenham watch-along of the season, as the under-21s are in Premier League 2 play-off final, and I cannot wait. Of course, playing Sunderland today, and it's not going to be an easy game. Sunderland, we've played them twice this season. I think we bet them twice this season, but they've given us a good go in both games, so it's not going to be a walk in the park today. However, it is the day of destiny. We absolutely walked that league. I think the playoffs is stupid, but we've made it to the final, and we've had a tough route. Aston Villa, Liverpool, Chelsea, and here we are today. All of their hard work, their character that they've shown, the mentality that they've shown, it all comes down to today. Hopefully we can get over the line and get the win. If everybody that's tuned in could give me a 5-0 in the comments if I sound good and non-echoey, that would be absolutely fantastic. Let's bring up some comments, make sure I get that 5-0 from all you guys in the chat. People saying my mic is low. Oh, give me a moment, guys. 1 2 1 2. Just bear with me, guys. I don't know. 1 2 1 2 properties. One two one two 1 2. People, let me know if that's any better, please. 1 2. That'd be absolutely awesome if you could 5-0, 5-0. What about the volume now, guys? Please let me know. 5 if it sounds good now. Let me maybe adjust the volume button here. Which one is the volume button? 5-0, 5-0. 1 second, I'll get the missus check it. Emily? Okay, people saying all good, all good. Thank you very much. That's perfect. Now we can move on. So yeah, as I was saying, guys, today is going to be a big game for the under-21s. A very big game for them today. This is everything that they've been building up for. What's that phrase? Go and Cartier DM or something like that. Go and seize the moment. Go and seize the day. So hopefully we can do that today. Let's give you a quick run through the lineup before we get into kickoff, which is just 4 minutes away. Luca Gunter retains his place in goal. Ashcroft and Casanova form the centre-back partnership with King on the left, John on the right, Hall and Abbott in the midfield, with Donnelly, Santiago, Sunsup Bell forming that tree, with Will Lancashire playing the lone role up front. On the bench, we have Adamola Ajayi, Josh Keeley, Maxwell McKnight, Yusuf Akamarik and Jaden Williams as well. And also, guys, a big shout out to Will Lancashire. Huge congratulations, of course, being named Premier League Player 2 of the season, and a very well-deserved reward there for the big man. He's had a phenomenal campaign. But like I said, guys, it's up to them now. This is being played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. No better way to go and win this than on your home stadium. I believe that there is a bit of a crowd there, which is good to see, and hopefully they can get these boys to victory. Interestingly enough, there is actually rugby markings on the White Hart Lane pitch, because there was, I believe, a final there over the weekend. But we are about 3 minutes from getting underway. Let's welcome some people in. Let's see who we've got with us here today. So we have Steady as Shark says, almost went to the game, but something came up. Well, look, you can watch it on Spurs Play, or you can watch it on the Sunderland YouTube channel, which I believe they're playing for free to air, which is good for everybody. Adrian Schrocker, good to see you, my man. Let's bloody go. I'm excited for this. Mark says, Coys, weren't you going to do this on the T4 platform, or are you dual streaming? By the way, glad to see you on YouTube. No, lad, we're not abandoning YouTube or getting away from YouTube whatsoever. What we're doing on T4 is more or less watch-alongs, other games that don't involve Tottenham Hotspur or the under-21s. All of our Tottenham Hotspur watch-alongs and our under-21 games will still be here. Do not worry about that, Marky boy. We also have DYT2. Good to see you, my man. Hopefully you're keeping well. Mark, member for 11 months. Absolutely insane membership, Mark. Really appreciate the support. And he says, come on, you Spurs. Let's go, my man. Hopefully we can get over the line here today. Shem Tan says, Dave and Jack, hope you're both well. Just me today. Just me today, guys. Jacko is busy, so it's just me today. We also have Daniela Zito. Hey, Dave, any chance that you heard an update on a Doji? Haven't heard anything yet, to be brutally honest. On that, Daniela Zito. Big up, Scotty Hynam. Good to see you. Hopefully you're keeping well. Matareo, good to see you. Hopefully you're keeping well as well, sir. David Ginola, we've got Jerry in here as well. Really appreciate all the support. And Cozy as well. Good to see you as always. Hopefully you're keeping well. Let me keep flicking through this before we get started. We have Lee Neri as well. Big up, Dave, and everyone in the chat. Your volume is fine. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Mary McGee saying I sound good. Thank you. Thank you. Alan Leslie, afternoon all. Good to see you in the house. Big up, Jacko. Jacko is tuning in. Come on, Jacko, let's bloody go. It's a big moment for these guys in their own stadium. And what I will say is if they can win this, you know, effectively they win the league title, then, I mean, it's absolutely huge for their careers at Tottenham Hotspur because they would have brought success, and it's very hard to sort of ignore that. People inside the club will have to take notice and look to bring one or two of these guys through. Let's not forget, some of these guys are on the very young age of the under-21s. They also had success at under-17 and under-18 level last season, and stepping up and hopefully can replicate it for under-21 level now. We are about to get underway. Let me just get my clock up so I'm not running late. Where is my clock gone? Oh no. Oh no. Bear with me, guys. My clock, I done the wrong button. Just bear with me. Get it up now. Oh Lord. Just when you think you have everything done and dusted, ready to go fine, and then this crap happens. Pressing the wrong buttons, getting flustered. We are underway though. I'll just wait till it gets to 1 minute. Stopwatch. 1-0. King on the ball. Delivers one for Donny to chase down. Just can't quite get there. Right now, that should be working for everybody else. That should be absolutely fantastic. Great recovery there from Dave. Getting nervous for the boys for the Under-21 Cup Final. That's what it is, guys. But big yourselves up. Really do appreciate you all tuning in today. Is Sunderland with the goal kick? Let's keep going through the comments. Welcome some people in. We also have Jack God, how can I watch? You can watch it on Spurs Play, or you can watch it on the Sunderland YouTube channel. Shawnee Maddox, good to see you, my man. He's gone 4-0. Come on, Shawnee, let's go. I've been pumped. I've been listening to my Spurs my Spurs songs, almost songs like Spurs are on the way to Wembley, stuff like that, cup final music. You know yourself, Shawnee. I'm absolutely pumped for this. Who else have we got here? We also have Lisa. Oh, good to see you. Big up, Dave. Always putting the extra shifts. Come on, you Spurs. Look, I just enjoy. It's not really an extra shift. I just enjoy watching the under-21s. They brought me great joy this season, and some of these players brought me great joy last season, replicating some success at underage levels. So for me, it's not even a shift. I just actually genuinely am interested in their development. Big up Mapping per se as well. Oh yeah, available on Sunderland. Yeah, that it is. King Hoddle. Great to see you, my man. Let's bloody go. We also have Cozy says, hope Santiago and Donnelly recover from the Melbourne trip. Well, this is a big thing. You know, how many of these players are going to be tired from that trip? You know, we definitely don't want extra time today. A bit of jet lag and stuff like that. But look, we're starting off very bright here. Very, very bright. Big up Spurred for life as well. Good to see you. Darius Vasilakis says, big up Dave, trying to find that Sunderland YouTube channel. It's there apparently. Maybe I did see them say on their Twitter that they were putting out on their YouTube channel. Sham Tom says, is the extra box on the screen for special guest star Mr. Ange? Yeah, look, he's going to be joining me any moment now, so you sit here watching the game with me. We also have Ian McKenna says, just to think in 6 weeks' time they could be all on national service every weekend. Maybe that's to do with yours, I don't know. Danny Darko, good to see you, my man. Really appreciate that chill, Dave. You got this. I am chilled, my man. Destiny's gone with he says he can't bear another 4-0. No, look, hopefully we turn up a bit better today. That would be absolutely needed because we were poor against Fulham. But saying that, we had a lot of extra time and stuff like that, which didn't help. A lot of, you know, mileage in the legs. Hopefully today it's a bit better for these guys. I do worry about some of them that did go on the Australia trip. How long are they going to last? They've had a long season. Great play by King, though. Beating his man on the outside. Gets the ball in. Sunderland defender absolutely shanks it. It's gone in behind. Ken Tottenham produced something from this corner kick. And Daniel Field said, yes, folks, come on. Mikey Moore. Mikey Moore isn't played today. He's off on England duty and he's ripping it up at the minute. Good to see you in the building, though. Derek Hutchinson, great to see you as well. Let's go, my man. And Fat Tony says, end the season with a little trophy and some hope for the future. That's what it's all about, Fat Tony. It's a ball in, though. It's just gone over. I believe that was Will Lancashire attacking it, and the Sunderland goalkeeper claims that he's released it quickly, and Therese Hall just plucks it out of the air. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, Picasso wouldn't even be able to do, get a fine stroke of something like that. That was absolutely class. Now we've got Mr. Loverman Casanova, the name that Shakespeare would be raging he didn't come up with. Shivs it across to Ashcroft. And it'd be interesting to see how Casanova and Ashcroft actually start today, because I don't want to say it, but they're a massive part of the reason why we lost that under-21 Premier League 2 Cup final is because they started off really shaky, really nervous. But this is great play from Therese Hall. He's like an NFL quarterback here, just dictating the play. Gets it onto Donnelly. Donnelly moves out to Santiago. He squares up his man. He's running at him. He cuts inside. He releases one. And it's gone into the stand. Unlucky though. That's bright from Tottenham Hotspur. That's much better from Tottenham. A very bright start. A lot better than the way we started that cup final a couple of weeks ago against Fulham. It's actually us in the ascendancy. Sunderland look nervous. Maybe we look a bit more experienced with this occasion after playing the last final. But that's a bright start from Santiago there. Or was it Sunsup Bell? Sunderland with the goal kick. Tottenham pressing nice and high here. Forcing Sunderland to go along. Oh, that's a great take from Casanova. Takes it down on the chest. Plays in Santiago. Looking to square up his fullback again. This time they double up on him, so he moves it on to Therese Hall. Ty Hall on to Ashcroft. Ashcroft taking it forward. Out to John. John looks to find Sunsup Bell. Ricochets off the player. Comes back to him. Takes him on. Loses it again. Wins it back. That's a great tackle. Referee. Jesus Christ. I mean... these are supposed to be from the north of England. They're supposed to be hardy. He's going down like that. It's disgusting. We're already at it, diving. These referees need a crash course in football. Need to understand what contact is. Water out my Spurs water bottle. Oh, by the way, what a great purchase this is. So it's like metal or something like that. And it just, it automatically adjusts to the temperature. So if you put something hot in it, which I don't think you're supposed to do, keeps it warm. Put it in the fridge, you get ice cold water. Honestly, unbelievable. Donnelly getting a talking to from the referee. I mean, what's the referee talking to him like that for? First of all, get some respect. Late challenge, but we'll take it. We don't mind that. 6 minutes in and Tottenham have started really, really well. Give me another couple of minutes and I'll get to some of you guys in the comments. Let's see where we're at today. Big game here. Come on. Well, one back by Abbott. As cool as you like under pressure. Oh, and he makes them back to John. That's brilliant play. John goes all the way back to Gunter under pressure. Gunter to Ashcroft. Who wants it in the midfield? No one. So he goes back to Gunter, back to Ashcroft. Tottenham trying to play it out from the back here. Sunderland pressed them. And it's actually, so it was. It's really cut up. Really cut up. But look, ball's moving fine. Let's not make excuses. Jack says, Therese Hall is not a bad name for a quarterback. Too bad he's an exceptional footballer instead. He's a brilliant footballer, an absolute brilliant footballer. And what a season he's had. What a meteoric rise, by the way. From under 18s, nowhere near the under 21s, nowhere near the senior team. Gets into the under 18s this season, performs admirably well, turning over the ball, finishing moves, creating moves. They go, okay, too good for the under 18s. Let's step him up to the under 21s. Let's test him. And I mean, he's just answered that as well. So they had no option but to give him a run out and bring him off to Australia, get him on the bench for the City game. He's well deserved by Therese Hall for sure. Shawnee Malik says, Dave out here convincing me to spend money going to pick up one of those bottles when I ordered a new home jersey. Honestly, Shawnee, I mean, it's changed my life in terms of drinking water, because I won't drink water unless it's absolutely ice cold out of the fridge. Unbelievable. Honestly, it's a game changer. Get it? It's well worth the money. Don't get me wrong, they do sell some shit, but that's well worth the money, brother. Sunsup Bell Gets the ball across. Can Will Lancashire get free? Goes, Sunset Bell does well, beats his man, gets the ball across the 6-yard box. Keeper claims it. Will Lancashire nearly on the end of it, but this is a bright start from Tottenham. And you'd know it's a cup final, by the way, since I've got my scarf out. Look at that bad boy. I had a few scarves to pick from. I didn't know what one to go for, so I said I'd go for the old-fashioned, white and blue here. It's a good start from Tottenham, though. The pitch markings are pissing me off. Not going to lie. Really annoying me. Let's see how many we've got on YouTube here now for a minute while we have a break. See how many we've got watching. How many guys are out here for the under-21s tonight. Let's have a brief look. 121 of you. Come on. Let's bloody go. We're all behind the boys tonight. Let's go. Will Lancashire dispossesses though. Falls to Donnelly. Donnelly back to Will Lancashire. What can Will Lancashire do? Gets to the byline. Looks to hit it across. It's gone out for a corner kick. This is a bright start from Tottenham. Will Lancashire telling Donnelly to relax a little. I mean, first of all, you miss about 20 chances a game, Will Lancashire, so please don't tell other people to relax. Leave the Don Bomb alone. He's got this. Believe me, he's got this. You just get in the box and make yourself a presence. Do what you're good at. Donnelly stepping up from the corner kick. It's a ball to the near post. Will Lancashire flicks it out for Casanova. Sunderland player just gets there and takes it off his toe. Nearly gets assassinated in the process. And the referee's actually given a soft free kick there, to be brutally honest. Jeez, he swung on that one. Nearly decapitated him. It's only a matter of time before we get a decent opportunity to go one ahead. Can feel it. This defence has to stay tight though. It's been a problem for a while. Oh, Abbott nearly on the dispossess, trying to catch Sunderland playing out from the back there on the edge of their own box. They just about get away with it, and that's a brilliant tackle by Niall John, stopping Sunderland from getting in behind there. Let's get back to the chat while there's a stoppage in play here for a throw-in to Sunderland. Danny Darko says, PMSL, you tell him, Dave. I mean, look, someone's got to take it, Danny Darko, too many people like to talk nowadays. Dave Ginola says, look at the big emblem in the centre circle. It looks awful. It's absolutely shocking. It's disgraceful. Jamie Fireman says, oh, Sunderland, an effort from distance. Gunter gets down very well. Looks like it was creeping in there at the near post. Gets down very well to save that. Furman, you can watch the game on the Sunderland YouTube channel or Spurs Play Brother. But before you head off, make sure you smash the like or subscribe button. Mark says, Bergval on the new jersey is a must. I mean, not a bad idea. Shawnee Maddox telling people to smash that like button. She also says, I'm pretty happy with most purchases from the Spurs store. I'm just too suggestible to certain types of advertising. Do you know what I think my worst purchases was the captain's armband, to be brutally honest. I mean, maybe it's because my arms are so big, but the stuff doesn't really stay stuck on the Spurs and the stuff like that. It sort of comes apart very easy. Maybe it's just because I got big arms. I'm not quite sure, Shawnee Maddox. Tottenham LSG says, what is this sorcery that keeps water cold? Honestly, it's this water bottle here. It's absolutely fantastic. I got it out of the Spurs shop. It's one of their metal ones. I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't big up much stuff from the Spurs shop, but that's a must. I'm not gonna lie, that is a must. Darius says we're looking better than the first team. Lovely football. We're playing well at the minute, my man. Who else is here? We've got Daniel Field. Good to see you, my man. Hopefully you're keeping well. Brother King Hoddle says, who's the little right back? That's John, Niall John. He's just been moved back to right back. Of course, not a natural right back, but, needs must. No Dorrington, no Phillips here today. Who's that down injured? Is that Will Lancashire? Looks in incredible discomfort here. His legs are flapping around. I think it's his shoulder. Who's down? You guys in the comments distracting me. It's not looking good. He looks in absolute agony there. If Illis says what he wants a man in the match from Hall today. Look, he's absolutely phenomenal, this kid. He's absolutely brilliant. I mean, when the first time Jack laid eyes on him, he's springing balls around and everything. I'd say Jack didn't know what to do. It was absolutely unbelievable. Good to see all you guys still in here with us. Lee Neri says, I can't come on the Spurs shop without buying something, or rather getting my partner to treat me. I mean, that's more like it, innit? Getting the partner to treat you, you know? Sort of, you sit there, you're like, oh, I don't get myself much all year round, and I really want this. And then magically it arrives. Top class, Lee. Top class. How much are they and you on commission? Definitely not on commission, my man. Honestly, I've absolutely nothing to do with the club. They won't touch YouTube channels and stuff like that. Nothing to do with it whatsoever. That's just an absolute beauty of a purchase. Just all I'm saying, it's a great purchase. Look, I don't get much from the Spurs shop, but I'm just saying this is a fantastic water bottle, especially if you want to keep yourself hydrated during the summer. Therese Hall on the ball, takes out 3 players into Sunset Bell, who loses it. Great play by Hall, just poor from Sunset Bell. Donnelly on the press here now. Can he get any joy? That's a good pass. Oh, Tyrese Hall nearly nicks it. Their Sunderland player dummies it, but they're on here. It's a 4-on-4. He gets off a shot. It's a block from Ashcroft. It falls to the Sunderland player. Ashcroft gets back there, makes a nuisance of himself, and John clears it. It's better. Don't know where to say that's good defending or bad defending. It's good last-ditch defending, I suppose. Gunter crossing. Gunter comes and claims it. Gunter with the ball at his feet here. Who can he pick out? Decides to go long. Long into Lancashire. Great hold-up play. I mean, referee, come on, please. They're absolutely assaulting the guy here. They're just absolutely assaulting him. I mean, rugby was last week. You're refereeing a football game. Thank you. Thank you very much. About time. Jesus Christ. I mean, the guy just holds up the ball. He's got wrapped round like that. I mean, even his girlfriend doesn't hold him like that. Come on. Tottenham free kick. Ashcroft on the ball. Can Tottenham get on the ball here and go and create something? Casanova out to King. King on to Santiago, who makes himself an option. That's much better from him. King back to Santiago. Oh, this is great 1-2 between the two of them. It's a 3-4 as well. Santiago onto Will Lancashire. Back to Santiago. Onto Sunset Bell. This is a fantastic move. Sunset Bell back to Santiago. Gets the shot off. And it's saved at the near post from the Sunderland goalkeeper. Surely that's a corner kick. Oh my God, it's corrupt. Not given, it's given for a goal kick, but what a move there down the left-hand side between young King and Santiago. Not only a 1-2, but a 3-4, and then Santiago continues with the ball, does a 1-2 with Sunset Bell. He looks absolutely up for this, which is a big change from where he was at for the last cup final, where I felt like he went hiding. Absolutely looks up for this. Great play by Santiago. Tottenham like lions at the minute. Every single one of them ready to press that ball. Try and turn Sunderland into a mistake. We forced them to go long. John picks it up. Absolutely brilliant take. But to Sunset Bell. Back to John. On to Abbott. Slows it down for a minute. Moves it back out to the right hand side to John. John, one touch. Comes inside into Donnelly. Good ball. Donnelly with a great switch of play to Santiago. He just goes between his legs, and Sunderland come away with it now. How Santiago not took that. Sunderland on the attack. Goes on the outside of King. Can King hold him up? That's much better defending from him than we've seen against Fulham. He was a real target against Fulham, King. He's dealt with it so much better today. Donnelly wins it back. Tries to punt it down the line to Will Lancashire. Sunderland recycle the ball. Let's get back to the chat. Oh, great take by Therese Hall. Good steal. Will Lancashire. Back to... it's overhit for Therese Hall. He gives them a lot to do there. Sunderland just about clear their lines. Maybe a better ball there from Will Lancashire, and Tottenham are in. That's good play from Therese Hall. Big up DJ AK as well. Big up, my man. Good to see you out scratching the decks last night, I'd say. Who else have we got here? People saying that was good play between Santiago and that. It was absolutely phenomenal play. Danny Darko says, watching game on telly, got you on my headphones, winning at life. I don't know if me on headphones is winning at life, but we'll take it. Good play by King here. Oh, ref, come on. Come on, ref. Oh, he's nutmegged the guy. He's took him out and he hasn't given the free kick. You can't believe it. Kingsack's a really good start to the game today, actually. Him and Casanova and Ashcroft, really good starts. They were very nervous against Fulham in the cup final. Much better start to life here today, though. Casanova demanding that ball. Marauding forward like a stallion. Moves it on to King. King on to Santiago. What can he do? Donnelly get loose. Will Lancashire get loose? He finds Donnelly. Donnelly's double mark. Gives it back to Santiago. Santiago to Therese Hall. Hall back to Donnelly. This is good football. Back to Santiago. He's in a shooting position. Tries to play someone through. It's given away. But it's well picked up by Mason King as well. All of the young Tottenham players fighting for each other here. They're really enjoying their run out here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tyrese Hall drags two with him to Donnelly. Donnelly to Will Lancashire. Great ball. That's a penalty. Surely, ref. Surely that's a penalty. How's that not given? Oh. We're really starting to enjoy ourselves here now, though. Ashcroft. Oh, no. He gets skinned. He's got skinned. Sunderland's number 9. It's a poor pass back. Casanova. Very well read. Great positioning from the young guy. Can Tottenham now turn it on them? It's a very end-to-end game here at the minute. Slowing it down. Abbott on the ball. Shawnee Malik says this is better than a lot of our first team passing. Maybe they taught them something in Melbourne. Maybe they did. Santiago with the ball, gets the ball over the top, tries to retrieve it, just can't. Gets bullied out, and Sunderland on the way out. Adrian Strocker says Therese Hall is some player. He's going to be an absolute player in that midfield. I can tell you that. It's up to us whether we give them the opportunity or not. We also got spurred on for life. Boys started well. Started very well. Very, very well. Sunderland are out here, though. They've got space down the right-hand side. They use it. Get the ball across. Casanova well cut out. If he didn't make that, Sunderland were 1-0 up. The on-Russian striker would have tapped that home from 6 yards. Great defending from Casanova. Tottenham being asked questions again, and that's an absolute great tackle from Abbott as well. Sending it out for a corner to Sunderland. It's a good start to life for Tottenham Hotspur so far. 134 of you. I was going to say effers in-house. You know, make sure you keep smashing that. It's 2-0. It's a good ball in. It's two headers. Two Sunderland players probably getting in the way of each other there. So that's what we need to watch out for defensively. We're very, very good going forward, and we will create chances and we will score goals. But we are suspect sometimes at the back defensively. Gunter into Will Lancashire. Pulls it back to Donnelly. Donnelly on to Sunsup Bell. Sunsup Bell uses not to use Will Lancashire. Now he does. Back to Sunsup Bell. No. He's just pushed to the ground. Referee just watches it happen. It's a joke. Referee's not giving us anything. Definitely no home advantage here anyway. Do you know what? It's been a good run out for some of these under-21s. I think they've had 4 or 5 games now at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this season. You know, it's good experience for them, getting used to the big pitch and, you know, the big stands, the Coliseum, as I like to call it, you know. It's good experience for them. Saying that, though, Sunderland on the attack here. King loses the ball, tries to get back to win it back. Does well to force his man backwards. Does very well to force his man backwards. Sunderland now popping it around. Great challenge by Sunsup Bell. Donnelly looks to go long to Lancashire. Finds him. What can Lancashire do? It's 2-on-1 here. Lancashire tries to... Does great there to hold up the ball. He's waiting for the support. The support gets there. And it's the guy that played the ball, Donnelly, that gets there. Sunsup Bell. Tottenham just probbing and probing for the opening here. It's a very good 20-22 minutes here from Spurs. Ashcroft. Right back, playing centre back today. Doesn't look out of place here today whatsoever. Abbott picks it up all the way to Gunter. He's going to look for Casanova here now. Another right back playing centre back. Started this game very well today. Casanova, good ball on to King. King with a ball down the line for Santiago. Pretty poor ball. But Santiago wins it back. That's great endeavour from the guy. Looks to pull it back. Jamie Donnelly, the Don Bomb, onto Lancashire. Lancashire gets the shot off. Just a good save by the Sunderland keeper. Maybe didn't get the power behind it that he wanted, but this is great play from some of the under-21s. Will Lancashire's really, really struggling with his shoulder out there from earlier on. He's really struggling with it. He keeps holding it. Donnelly with a good ball to Lancashire. Lancashire, good turn. Uses his strength very well to be able to get turned and get the shot off. Almost like what Harry Kane used to do. That's brilliant from the youngster. Now it's Sunderland's chance to run at John. He looks a bit isolated here. He cuts inside. He gets the shot off. Ooh, what a save by Gunter. It's absolutely hammered at him. Maybe that was a bit acrobatic for the camera, but he deals with it well. John needs to get tighter there. He can't be backing off and allowing shots like that. I don't blame him. He is a winger. He's a midfielder. He's not a fullback. But he just gets turned inside out and allows the shot to happen. Got to be doing better there. Let's get the chat back up. Sunderland corner kick here. What a save. He looked like Vicario there, Lisa. Definitely did, actually. Do you know what I love about Vicario this season? Do you know the way Josh Keeley was sent on loan, Lisa? Well, he actually went down to Barnet to watch one or two of his games to maybe, keep an eye on the young guy's development. And also, Vicario's given up a lot of time to work with young goalkeepers right throughout the age groups at Tottenham Hotspur. Absolutely unbelievable from Vicario this season. Fully Kais already. Southampton are 1-0 up against Leeds already. Interesting. Darius saying loads of chances already. Yeah, we've had a few. We really do need to take one. Daniel Field says, what's new with referees? Oh, tell me about it. English Lily White says, I know you're not English, mate, but have you watched England under 17s this summer so far? I've watched both games. Mikey Moore has been unreal. I haven't watched full games, to be brutally honest. I've watched highlight clips and stuff like that, and Mikey Moore looks absolutely phenomenal. He was brilliant against France the other night. Absolutely superb, the English Lily White. Johnny Maddox says the pros were probably extra motivated because they were insulted by the lineup and Newcastle not taking it seriously. Danny Darko says, what's Hall's best position? Do you know what? He's got the passing range to play the number 6. He's got the dribbling ability to play the number 8. And he scores goals. I think he could play anywhere in that midfield, to be brutally honest with you. Danny Darko. Mark says, Dave, we need Leeds to win so they buy Roden from us. Look, it was a huge mistake, Leeds not putting in a buy option for Joe Roden. An absolute huge mistake by Leeds on that. So now they're sort of at will of the market right now, Highest bidder wins. It's a huge mistake from Leeds. There's going to be a lot of competition, even if they do get promoted. I mean, I believe Tottenham have already told Leeds it's an asking price of 20 million. And I think Leeds already find that a little bit steep. So we'll see what happens there. Gunter with the ball here. Goes long. Out to Sunsup Bell. Just goes over his head. It's Tottenham throw-in though. See how many of you are still tuning in here on the old YouTube. Still 135 of you guys watching. Really appreciate the support. And I know the under-21s are really appreciating the support as well. If you guys do want to watch the game, it's on Spurs Play or I believe Sunderland's YouTube channel as well. King, does he win a throw-in here for Tottenham Hotspur? He does. It's not been a bad opening, 27 minutes. And by the way, you couldn't have dreamed of a better place to play the final than at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for these young guys. It's only what they deserved. Now can they, Carter DM, seize the day, seize the opportunity. Casanova to Therese Hall, back to Gunter. Feel like I'm swearing every time I say his name. Abbott. Looking for options. Sunsup Bell makes himself available and it's a poor pass out to Niall John. Do you know what? Out of all the forward players, he's the one that really still needs to sort of try and get into the game here, Sunsup Bell. It's been a frustrating few weeks for the kid. Opportunities not coming as quick as they once were at the start of the game. Tottenham trying to get the pressure on Sunderland here. Sunderland with an outball. Oh, it's a poor control by the Sunderland striker. And Abbott is their happy recipient. Tyrese Hall gets the ball in midfield, gets turned, looks to play forward. Oh, he absolutely megs one onto Abbott. Abbott just can't get there. It's all the way back with Sunderland's right back. He looks to go for the switch of play. Dangerous. Can Sunset Bell get out there and get any pressure on? He can't. He allows Sunderland to go forward. Abbott goes to go steaming into a tackle. Gets beaten to it. Sunderland here. It's got a 4-on-4. What can they create? Can King stop this attack? He's got the overload. They use it. They get the ball. Pull it back. It's a good goal. What a save by Gunter. What a save by Gunter. Sunderland done very well to create the opportunity there and get a shot on goal. But what a save by Gunter. We really need to start, finding some opportunities going forward again. That's a really poor tackle on Abbott. And that's got to be a yellow card, ref. At some stage, you got to get control of this. Start booking some players. Gets the overlap along King. It's a good pullback. Gets the shot off. Gunter, really good save there. Stops Tottenham from going 1-0 down. It's 2 good saves he's pulled off now. Or 3 good saves from Gunter now. Casanova. Onto Gunter. Can Tottenham go and build an attack here and try and put themselves in the ascendancy here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in the Premier League 2 playoff final? It's a poor ball delivered forward, although Abbott picks it up. He goes to put one forward to Santiago. It's a great idea. Just the execution not quite so there. And it's gone out for a Sunderland throw. In the last maybe 10 minutes, gone a little bit sloppy from Tottenham going forward. We need to watch. What we cannot do is go 1-0 down here. And there will be concerns, about how long Hall, Donnelly, people like that are going to last today after their trip to Australia and that. Sunderland getting the run at John. That's a bloody brilliant tackle from him. And he's marauding forward with the ball. He's looking for options. Takes the wrong option there and gives it away. What a tackle, though, from him in the initial phase. Sunderland, this is a beautiful play here down Tottenham's right hand side. They're in behind. What defending again from Casanova. Absolutely great defending from the kid. Sunderland get a shot. I think it's slightly deflected. Just gone wide of the post. Gunter was well beaten there, to be fair. It's gone out from a corner kick. Under-21s really need to wake up now. They're starting to play their way out of the game a little. What defending initially from Casanova. Abbott with a little toe poke gives it away. It's a shot. It's just gone wide of the post. Lucky here not to be 1-0 down right now. Got to heed them warning signs at some point. Just bear with me, guys, and I will get to the chat. It's not. He's given a goal kick. He's changed his decision. Thank God for that. Gunter on the ball. Looks to go along again to avoid Sunderland's press. Out to Sunset Bell, who gets the flick up. Can Will Lancashire get there? He doesn't. And the Sunderland go back to the goalkeeper. Look to start another move. Danny Darko says we're under pressure. That we are, my man. Danny Darko says, look at you with your Latin. Go, Dave. I don't think I pronounced it right, but we'll take it. Balu says they're showing this live on Sunderland AFC YouTube channel. That they are. It's a Sunset Bell ball into Will Lancashire. Goalkeeper just gets there ahead, puts it out for a throw in. Josh Tyler says I thought Phillips and Devine would have been involved. I think because it's the league, it's slightly different. Joseph, big yourself up, my man. King Hoddle says where are Darrington and Phillips? Darrington's injured, and Phillips again because he's out on loan. I don't think he can play this. King Hoddle. Charlie Manick says it's nice to actually watch along. Thanks to Sunderland YouTube. Next year I'll buy Spurs play. Big up, Shawnee Maddox. No, it is nice to watch these games. It is really nice to watch these games. Look, if you're a loser like me, and senior games aren't enough every week, sometimes you can get your fix with the under-21s and that, and the under-18s are on Spurs play as well. Bit of stupid going on though. Spurs aren't actually playing that day, but there is a Premier League game being live shown on telly, and the game's at the same time. They're not allowed to show it on Spurs play for some reason. They need to get that shit sorted out straight away. Therese Hall on the ball, goes backwards here to Abbott. Tottenham need to try and affirm a bit of a foothold back in this game after initially starting well for the first 20 odd minutes. The last 13 minutes they sort of phased out of the game here. John with the throw-in. Wayne Burnett telling everyone to create some options here for him. the manager. Sunset Bell keeps giving away the bloody ball. He really needs to wake up and try and find a foothold and get into this game. He's the only forward player that keeps giving it away. Every time the ball gets to him, it's breaking down. It's not good enough. Try a long ball over top in behind King. I mean, he's absolutely assassinated there, ref. We'll have that free kick whenever. Thank you very much. About time. 120 people in-house watching. Keep smashing that like button up if you want the under-21s to get the victory today. Casanova takes a quick free kick onto Abbott. Tottenham looking to move this ball quickly here. Onto John. John, he's looking for Sunset Bell. Doesn't really create an option for him whatsoever. And John's giving away the free kick. This right-hand side is just not working. It's not working for us. It's absolutely killing us, this right-hand side. Between Sunset Bell and John, especially going forward. Defensively, John's been fine, but going forward between him and Sunset Bell, it's breaking down an awful lot, and it's just coming straight back at us now. They need to start getting a grip here. John under pressure, back to Gunter, that's better. What I will say is John wasn't helped there by Sunset Bell's run. Sunset Bell's just standing in behind the Sunderland player. I mean, if you're a defender or a midfielder, especially a defender, you want to see the player come towards you looking to receive that ball. You know, not hiding. Good ball by Abba out to John this time. John in plenty of space. Gives it into Therese Hall. He's going to take command of it. Good ball on to Donnelly. Donnelly, great ball out to Santiago. Santiago running at his fullback here. He's got space. Does he go inside or outside? He does neither. He gets dispossessed. Sunderland clear their lines. Just keep going through the middle and down the left. You know, it's where we're getting a bit of joy. Anytime it goes out that right-hand side, it gets turned on us. Casanova. On to Abbott. Abbott into Therese Hall. Gratz a great turn. Takes out 1, 2, 3 players. And he gets taken down. Absolutely great play by Therese Hall. Such tight space. And this is what I love. You know, you always say to an attacking player, a midfielder, always be on the half turn when you're receiving the ball. And that he was on the half turn. Takes out 1, 2, 3. Gets taken out. Wins a free kick. Brilliant play from Ty Hall. Abbott. Into... Oh, Lord. Ashcroft, poor pass. Gives it away. This Sunderland number 11 is causing problems down this hand side, down the right hand side. Casanova, great defending again. On the recovery run. Absolutely brilliant defender. Back to Gunter. Gunter goes long. Sunset Bell can't get hold of it. Oh, that's a great take from Donnelly, though. Donnelly, it's 2-on-2. He's looking for Will Lancashire. He actually finds Therese Hall. Therese Hall. Him and Will Lancashire almost run into each other where they wanted. Almost ran into the same space there. They don't look happy at each other. Donnelly back to Therese Hall. A good opportunity gone there. 2-on-2. Would have fancied us to get a shot off. Therese Hall beats his man. Looks to cut inside. Is he taken out there? He's claiming he is. Referee just tells him to get up and is playing on here. I thought he was touched there, Therese Hall. Can Tottenham get back and get a bit of shape back behind them? Sunderland in possession here now, knocking it around. Looking to attack Tottenham's left-hand side. Really good breakaway there. Donny on the ball. Therese Hall, Will Lancashire. And Therese Hall and Will Lancashire, I don't blame Therese Hall. He's the one that received the ball. But Will Lancashire just runs into the space that he wants to run into with the ball and blocks it up, drags it, pulls the defender with him and pulls the player closer to Therese Hall as well. It's a poor run really by Will Lancashire. Sunderland with the throwing down Tottenham's right-hand side. They look to get on with it quickly. It's a good ball in behind. Oh, Sunderland's got men over here on King. Oh, they just do not use it well and it's gone out for a Tottenham goal kick. Let's get back to the chat. Shawnee Malik says, not enough contact for a pen for him. Lee Neri says, come on, lads, come on, you Spurs. Danny Darko screaming for a penalty. Joseph Tyler seemed to lose a fair bit on the final third. Do you know what? It's more down that right-hand side. It's been very, very poor. Very, very poor. Shawnee Malik says, who would you change down the right-hand side? Look, I don't think we will make a change till later on in the second half, but I'm just saying that, Sunsup Bell and Niall John need to do better. It's a good ball by Sunsup Bell this time. Puts it across Will Lancashire! 1-0 to the Spurs. That's much better. And he's giving it the shush. That's what I'm talking about. Premier League 2 Player of the Season dispatches 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur here in the play-off final at under 21 level. Will Lancashire still holding his shoulder. Still feeling the effects from the earlier on challenge. But it's a good finish from the youngster. Tottenham 1-0 to the good at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's initially great industrious play by Abbott. Moves it on to Sunsup Bell. Sunsup Bell picks it up. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Abbott goes on the overlap. He feeds Abbott. Abbott pulls it across to Donnelly. No, he doesn't. He tries to find Donnelly. It goes to Will Lancashire. Will Lancashire, one touch, puts it home. It's a great goal. Oh, it's a great finish. Sunderland goalkeeper maybe would have felt he could have done a little bit better. It was down the centre of the goal. But Will Lancashire keeps it low to tap it home. And Tottenham 1-0 to the good. Come on, let's bloody go. We'll always follow. Little white and blue. Tottenham Hotspur, I can't smile without you. Ooh, come on, let's go. Woo! King Hoddle, the passing game is good. It's very good. Spurred for Life says, what a quality move. Shawnee Maddox says, get in there. Danny Darko's gone crazy here. He can't even spell right. Big up Danny Darko. Adrian Shaka 1-0 to the Spurs. Cozy says, amazing goal. King Hoddle says, Donny has a coach with left peg and a good weight in his passes. I'm telling you, he's absolutely quality. Celery Agent, great to see you, sir. Let's go, my man. 1-0 to the good. And David Ginola also celebrating there as well. Great to see. Woo, that takes a bit of pressure off. Now usually what we'll see is Tottenham go and put them to the sword, add another couple of goals to it. But we are well on our way now to becoming Premier League 2 champions. Stick that one in your pipe and smoke it. Sunderland on the overlap. Gets the ball past King Casanova there again. He's been absolutely brilliant back there today, Casanova. That's another foul on Will Lancashire, by the way, ref. We'll have that one, by the way, ref, please. I mean, can you actually find where your whistle is? It's been MIA all bloody game. Start pulling out the cards as well, or did you leave them in the bottle last night? Ty Hall standing over the free kick. Moves it on to Abbott. Come on, let's see if we can go and find a second before half-time and really kill off this Sunderland side. What I will say, though, Shawnee, yes, maybe change down the right-hand side. You do have the option of Ajayi coming on at some point, I would say. Abbott picks it up. Out to Casanova. Casanova out to King. King looking for Santiago. He doesn't use him. He tries to go over the top to Will Lancashire. The Sunderland goalkeeper getting nearly all muddled up there. Just does enough to get it cleared. Can Tottenham steal this? John, he does. It's a good ball into the Dominator. The Dominator, that's a bloody great switch of play. Oh, that's exciting. Great ball. Santiago goes on the outside. Can he get across? Oh, he tries to go near post. Goalkeeper just claims it. Oh, guys, can I just say, what a switch of play. First time from Donnelly. Boom, gone. I was listening to something there before I came on, and they were speaking about Will Lancashire, and they were showing one of the goals, and they were talking through it. And he said, although Donnelly, it was a great ball by Donnelly over the top for Will Lancashire. And Will Lancashire says, although Donnelly wasn't even looking at me, I just already knew to run. And that's a sign of a great player. When players have the confidence just to go make their run, knowing that that player's going to find them 9 times out of 10, but also going to deliver the way with the perfect pass and everything else. Tottenham still 1-0 to the good here. Let me check my clock, make sure it's right. That it is. That it is. Sunderland on the attack here. Facing up Mason King. Can King stand up to the test? The ball comes in. Casanova again with the clearance. How many times have I said his name today with the clearance? And I mean, that's much better than what we've seen from him in the Premier League 2 Cup final. Looks a lot more composed back there today. So, ball in by Sunderland, though. Can Tottenham get out and get pressure? Don't allow the shot. It's another ball to the edge of the box. He's going to line one up. He has a strike. Oh, it's off the post. Going to his left, rooted to the spot. It comes off the post. Rebound falls to a Sunderland player. It's offside. What a strike from the guy off the edge of the box there, though. Wow. Left Gunter absolutely rooted to the spot there. Nothing could have done. Tottenham, what's that programme? Saved by the bell. Well, we're saved by the post. Oh, what a strike. 1 minute to go here till half time. I wonder if we'll get anything added on. Casanova takes the goal kick to Gunter. Gunter onto Abbott. Or not Abbott, Ashcroft. Ashcroft to Will Lancashire. Will Lancashire wins the header. John picks it up. Sunsup Bell. Good ball to Abbott. Abbott moves it on to Ty Hall. Man on. Takes out 3 midfielders. Delivers a quality ball to Jamie Donnelly on the overlap. Jamie Donnelly shows a bit of composure. Goes for the cross. It's just deflected. And it's gone out. Tyrese Hall again. Taking out 3 players in the midfield. Just getting on the ball. Change of pace. Boom. He's gone. They can't catch him. Brilliant half so far from the under-21s. But what I will say is the warning sign is there. We have 2 minutes added on time. Just need to refresh my throat with some high-quality H2O. Honestly, when I take a sup, it feels like I'm out in the Antarctica. It's that cold. It's fantastic. Tottenham with the corner kick. The Don Bomb standing over it. Goes to deliver it with the beautiful left foot. It's a great ball. It's a free header with Lancashire. Oh, no, sorry. It was Sunsup Bell. Just couldn't direct it on target. Just gone wide in the post. It's an absolute free header. It's a delightful ball in from Donnelly. It's a beautiful set piece. Oh, he's free. He just couldn't direct it goalwards. Real good chance there from Sunsup Bell to make it 2 just before the break. 1 more minute left. Can Tottenham go and get some pressure on here? Maybe create one more. Sunderland look a bit jittery back there. They just boot it long. Can Tottenham turn this over? Abbott tries. Ashcroft tries. That's a bloody great tackle from Ashcroft. What a dispossession. Donnelly. Back to Ashcroft, to John. John to Gunter. Let's move it down the left. Let's go. Come on, guys. Carter DM. Seize the day. Casanova. Moves it on to King. Tottenham slowing it down. Maybe happy here to get to half time. Maybe Sunderland are true. They look out on their feet towards the end of this half. That's a brilliant move. Niall John running. Can he find Donnelly? He doesn't. He has a shot. Just gone over. Maybe would have been better off feeding one of the runs there. But that's it. Tottenham 1-0 to the good at half time. What a half from the youngsters. What a half from the young under-21 side. Out there fighting like lions, fighting for each other. Oh, referee still hasn't blown up for half time. Maybe he's going to let them have this kick out here. Slan goalkeeper's ushing them all up. He goes forward. One last long ball. Sunderland player wins it. John just hoofs it long. Will Lancashire nearly getting on the end of that. But there you are, guys. That does bring the half to an end. It is 1-0 to the Tottenham under-21s. A very good half from the boys, I must say. An absolute brilliant half. This is what we want to see. And I must say, it's a huge turnaround from where we were at in the final against Fulham for the Cup a couple of weeks ago. We started off really nervous, especially defensively against Fulham. And we looked out on our feet as well. Casanova started off that cup final really poorly. Put us under a lot of immense pressure very earlier on, especially in the first half. Looked really jittery. But that kid today has won absolutely everything that has come into that area. Everything that's come in, he's won. He's been absolutely outstanding. He has been superb back there. Ashcroft again. You've got 2 full-backs filling in as centre-backs today. They don't look out of place. John down at right back has done very well. Just going forward, I'd like him to be maybe a bit more decisive on the ball. King down the left-hand side as well has done very well. Gunter's pulled off a couple of good saves. But I will say is, the warning signs are there. Sunderland do pose a threat. And the last thing you want to do now, heading into this second half, is give them an early route back in. Give them a sloppy way back in. Carte diem. Go and seize the day. Seize the opportunity. It's what today's all about. It's on your home patch. Get out there and put in exactly more or less the same, if not better, second half than what we did first half. One thing that maybe concerns me a little, we've had some players that went away with the senior team to Australia. Will some of them get leggy towards the end of the game? So for me, I do think we need to go out in the second half and bag another goal or two, just to give ourselves that bit of a cushion, just to allow ourselves, if we do have to take off some of them players because they're leggy, that we can get them off and get other guys on in a comfortable situation. Midfielders, I think Abbott's done very well in there in terms of industrious, and Tyrese Hall. I mean, what a player. Anytime the kid gets the ball, he's on the half turn, which I'll always love. It's exciting to be a player on the half turn. It shows that he's ready to take that ball and just go at players. And what he does is change of pace, boom, takes 3 or 4 out of the game, and sorts us, gets us going forward, gets the ball into the forward players with some good time and space on the ball. Donny's done well today as well, getting on the ball, spraying balls out there to Santiago. Him and Santiago have linked up really well. I'd like to see maybe us try and get Donny into maybe more scoring positions, more positions on the edge of the box. I think Will Lancashire, to a large degree, he's been an option up front all day. He's done very well. Santiago down the left-hand side has done very, very well as well. I just think Sunsup Bell really needs to maybe try and find his way into the game. He's really tailed off towards the end of the campaign. Had a really good header there from about 8 yards out, free header. Put it wide near the end of this first half as well. But all in all, I think we've played well. I think we've controlled the half. I think we've dominated the half. Maybe we just don't have the right... Maybe we just haven't took advantage enough of that domination. Maybe we haven't scored enough goals. And that's what makes me a little bit nervous heading into this second half. However, we are 1-0 to the good. And it does look like the league title is on its way to Tottenham. So that is good. Let's get to the chat. Let's hear what some people have to say. Adrian Schrocker says Tyrese Hall is Moussa Dembele-esque. Maybe not the stature, but the way he plays, very, very good. Timmy says, yes, please, no 120 today, especially for the lads who travel to Aussie. I mean, that would be absolutely nice to avoid extra time. Tottenham LSG, these guys have been a breath of fresh air all season compared to Andres Postecoglou today and stuff like that. What I will say is, the way the under-21s played is basically a mimic of what the first team are trying to do. We just execute it a lot better than what the first team does. But we'll get there with that LSG. It's slow progress. But you're right. These guys have provided a breath of fresh air across this season. You know, they've been absolutely phenomenal. They've stood up to nearly every test that's been asked of them. I think they've only lost 3 games all season long. That shows how good they've been as a team. And Wayne Burnett, the manager, sort of spoke about it heading into this game. He's actually been lucky with a lot of the injuries as well, that they've all been able to really be in that training together. And that's what's developed there, the tightness bond, the bond between them. Where the character comes from, the style of football and the way it's executed. That's where that all comes from, is that a lot of them have been fit for the majority of the season. But what I will say is credit to Wayne as well. He has had to handle the likes of Santiago, the likes of Donnelly, the likes of Dorrington, people like that, Tyrese Hall, going up and training with the under-21 or with the senior team at times. He's had to handle that. He's also had to handle, players being sent out on loan. Taken away from the under-21s, some of them where their contracts were terminated, like Brooklyn Lions Foster, stuff like that. So he's had a lot to handle, and he's dealt with it very well. But hopefully we can put in a good second 45 minutes and take what we deserve. We dominated that league. It's stupid that we have to go into a playoffs, and we were given a tough route. Aston Villa, Liverpool, Chelsea, tick, 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 done them all. Now it's time for us to go out and seize the opportunity and take the league title and get justice. Adrian Tria with the super chat. Big up, Adrian Tria. Good to see you, my man. Just bear with me 1 second. Make sure it's showing up on screen. And he says, Sunderland streams free, but Spurs name all wrong. I don't know what's going on over there with the Sunderland stream. I just know that they are showing it, that people can go and watch it there if they want. If you've got Spurs play, you can also watch it there. Or you can watch it there with commentary on silence and have me on in the background. But big up Adrian Tria. Really appreciate the support, brother, and the super chat. You have no idea how much it really means. Let's bloody go, lad. We've got Chris Peters says, lovely day at the stadium, all mixed in the west side. Yeah, I think basically what that is, they just don't want the crowd dispersed sort of all over the stadium. It's easier for them to contain it into one stand. They can sort of close down the other stands and stuff like that, make their job easier. To be honest with you, Chris, though, I'm a little bit disappointed with the turnout for the under-21s. I mean, I believe it was only £10 a head for an adult and £2 for a kid or something like that. And to be honest, at that price, I was expecting the stadium to be half full today, but saying that, it's summer. People have weddings, holidays, shit like that they can't get out of, graduations and stuff. But I was expecting maybe more of a turnout for them, I'm not going to lie. Cozy says, well played, need to be careful at the back, as they had a couple of very good chances. Spot on there. Big up, Cozy. That's the thing, because we do have that makeshift back line, none of them guys playing across the back line are real naturals in their positions. But they're dealing with it a lot better than what they did in the 4-0 or the 4-odd cup defeat against Fulham earlier a couple of weeks ago. And they're looking very, very solid. But it will give away chances. And that's why we need to take ours. Big up, Reckless Madness, Team Tottenham Go, a.k.a. Al. Hi, Dave. Great game so far. A very good game for us so far, my man. 45 minutes to go. And then we hopefully should be able to lift that trophy. But nothing's won yet. We've got to keep going. Big up Iceman as well. Great to see you. Hopefully you're keeping well, sir. As always, good to see Iceman. Make sure I'm not really missing too much here. And then I'll crack on to the bottom of the chat. WAR says Tottenham are going to do it again. Come on, you Spurs. Look, I hope so. I was listening to Ozzy Ardiles' song, the FA Cup song, before I came on. It sort of got me in the mood. Danny Darko says it's a shame I'd be there if I wasn't in Cornwall on. Look, if I wasn't in Ireland, I would have went as well, my man, 100% sure. Iceman, very good point, actually. It's bank holiday weekend in England, Dave. Also, the kids are on half term. Yeah, that's a very fair point, to be fair. Very fair point. Shawnee Malik says at that price, Spurs fans should have filled it up. Callum Roach says it was £3 at Fulham. So you're saying that Levy's making a fortune today compared to Fulham. This guy's gone with 2-1. He wants 2-1 Tottenham, he reckons, in the end. Hopefully that is the case. Adrian Sharker says if you were going to have playoffs, there should have been 2 trophies, one for the league winners. Yeah, don't disagree with that. And one for the playoffs. Spurred for Life says we got away with a couple there. We did. I mean, that shot... that shot right at the end where it came off the post, They're the little things that I would say we need to sort of watch a little, if you know what I mean. Because it will come back to bite us. So we need to go out there now and maybe take a couple of chances or create a couple, which would be absolutely brilliant. Mark says he keeps losing me. I hope not. Guys, let me know in the chat. Paul Bean says, how big is Tyrese Hall? Does he play the 6 role for the under-21s? Paul, what I will say to you, my man, is that the under-21s actually play a 4-2-3-1. And Tyrese Hall plays in that deeper role along with Abbott. But what I will say is Tyrese Hall is probably given a lot more license to get forward and approach the play, where Abbott more or less sort of sits back behind it and mops it up and soaks it up a little. But they do actually play a 4-2-3-1, a bit like with the Pochettino formation. And that's where Hall sits. And he's been absolutely fantastic all season long, lad. So big yourself up on that. And I really do hope that we give this guy an opportunity in the first, along with Jamie Donnelly. I genuinely believe they're too good not to be given the opportunity. And I think it'll be sad on Tottenham's behalf if they don't give them the opportunity. I mean, I remember watching the cup final last year with Jack, one of them. And I remember picking out Tyrese Hall. And I remember saying to Jack, this kid's work rate is absolutely phenomenal. And he's decent on the ball. If he doesn't lose that, it will serve him well in the long run. Now, I didn't think it would serve him well as quickly as it has done. But he's had a meteoric rise. Under 18s, moved to the under 21s in and around the winter period, and then promoted to the, up and down with the senior team since then. He's been absolutely phenomenal. He's got the work rate, out of possession, in possession he's good, and he scores goals as well. This kid can really, really go far, if he keeps his mind on it. So big up on that one. Paul, any other questions in here? Let me have a look. Shawnee Malik says the 4-0 still on. Don't worry about that, Shawnee. I think we'll come out second half and be a little bit better. Mark, I will have my own internet access point put in, because right now, although I pay for my own internet and my own broadband, I think the local access point is one that everyone pulls off of. And as you can imagine, prime times and stuff like that, it affects my streaming. So the internet company rang me, it's free of charge. I can actually get my own access point put in, which would be brilliant, because it should mean no more lagging, which makes my life easier, and it all makes Jack's life a hell of a lot easier. So that would be absolutely brilliant. Dave Ginola gone with 3-1. He's gone with Donnelly to score, and Lancashire again. Shawnee Malik says this is Levy's Super Bowl. I think we had the Super Bowl at the FA Cup yesterday. I mean, it was disgusting, some of the stuff on display for the FA Cup yesterday. I thought they were going to roll out Usher again. Mark Organ says, I am watching it on Sunderland's YouTube channel but listening here. I thought I was subscribed here but seems not. Do YouTube delete subscriptions? They definitely did with mine. Do you know what, Mike? You're actually not the first one to say this to me over the last couple of days. There's been one or two before you. So what I would say to everybody out there, I don't know what's happening. I know Shawnee from Spurs Talk Show had a bit of a problem with this, where the people were being unsubscribed. So just check that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. So big up Mark Organ, really appreciate that, and really appreciate you bringing the attention to it. So everybody just double check. That's if you want to be subscribed, it's completely up to you. But you know what, I really appreciate the fact that you're watching the game and still listening. Really appreciate that, Mikey boy. Really, really do. Lee Neri says, plus lots of engineering work on the trains and undergrounds. Okay, fair point. Fair point. I thought with it being cheap, with it being a cup final, I just thought we might have seen maybe a lot more at the stadium today. But I get it, bank holiday weekend, rail works, which, by the way, caused real chaos over there because of the dependency on the public transport. It's a bit different over here in Ireland. Public transport is more or less non-existent, so that's why it doesn't cause as many disruptions when it's not working, because it's never working anyway. Evelyn says the boys would have learned a lot from the Fulham loss to get this across the line. And you know what? That's a great point. I actually hope they have learned an awful lot since that Fulham loss, to be brutally honest with you, Evelyn. Look, that Fulham game was disappointing. I mean, they worked really hard to get there. Really, really hard to get there. They've shown great character to come back and stuff like that. And then on the day they turned up, wasn't helped by a couple of injuries. But we were really disappointing. We were really flat. Maybe a lot of the extra times that we played that week, we played it twice. Maybe come back to haunt us a little. But I do hope that we've learnt lessons. It looks like Mason King has learnt lessons from that side. He was targeted that game. Played down that side, doubled up on him constantly. He's dealt with it very, very well today. Casanova, I would say, was at fault for maybe what unravelled that game. He was very, very nervous, made the early mistake that led to their goal inside the first minute or two. He's been absolutely sensational today, so I hope you're right. Hopefully we have learnt from that and we show a bit of maturity, a bit of experience, and look to get it over the line. But look, most of that crowd there today will be Spurs fans, and I have no doubt they'll help them, the 12th man. Callum Red says, hope the players that went to Melbourne aren't too jet-lagged. And look, that's my big fear. That's why I think you might see a couple of saves here or a couple of substitutions here and there. Because not only that, you've got to remember, these guys have played extra time quite a lot this season towards the back end of the campaign as well, where you're talking about 120 minutes in the legs rather than the 90 minutes per game. So there could be a couple of substitutions on that, Callum. Paddy Harness this afternoon, buddy, are you missing someone on the other screen? Yeah, Jacko. Missing Jacko there on the other screen today. I think he's watching the championship playoffs, but I think he also has to go off somewhere as well, so he wouldn't be around for the full watch along anyway. But Paddy, look, you know me, my man. I'm just crazy about this club, and I'll get my thrills where I can. I've been following the under-21s all season long, and hopefully we get the rewards today. Hopefully they can lift that Premier League 2 title. You know, it's a good start and a good base for a lot of these players to build off. It's a huge opportunity for them to etch their name into Tottenham history Also, get the media to pay more attention to them. The fans will pay more attention to them. And hopefully actually put pressure on the club to start providing a pathway and giving a lot of these guys the opportunity. Now, that's one thing we have done towards the end of this season, or over the course of this season. Donnelly's got minutes. Tyrese Hall has been brought up. Some of the players went across to Australia with them guys, which is good to see. Now that we're playing in 4 competitions next year, we're going to need about a squad of 30 players. Now, you can only register 25. So you're going to have to keep some of these guys around the under-21s, but also cross over with the first team next season to have a really good opportunity. And hopefully we do that. But we are back out on the pitch here, and we are about to get the second half started. Let me just get up my clock. Make sure we get that one right this half, hey? So the second half is about to get underway. 45 minutes left, and Tottenham could crown themselves Premier League 2 champions. We are 1-0 to the good. And when this referee is finished trying to get on the camera, he might actually find his whistle, blow it, so we can get underway. There we are, about time. It's good to see that he actually does have his whistle, because he seems to have kept it in his pocket for the first half. Sunderland trying to hit Tottenham early with a ball over the top. Gunter comes out and eases the pressure there. Brilliant play. Mike Organ says, if Andrew's clever, he will buy a couple of ready-made and bring some of these guys into our team next year. There are some here who are going to be great. Do you know what, Mike? I've been saying this all along. I do genuinely believe this is the plan, to get some of these guys into the first team. You know, in years gone by, we've offered players contracts, but they've turned them down and gone elsewhere. But we haven't really sat there and tried to force their hand for them to really sign on the dotted line. Whereas with the likes of Dorrington, tied down for 4 or 5 years, Donnelly the same thing. Tyrese Hall recently signed a new 5-year deal. You know, we're signing a lot of them down long term, which means we are probably looking at them to sort of, or have hopes for them to break through. Now it's just about creating that pathway and really giving the opportunity. But I think the idea this summer will be maybe 4 or 5 players brought in and some of these guys promoted, Mike. And I've always said this, I have no problem with youngsters being promoted, because what it does is it keeps players honest in their position ahead of them, because these guys will be chomping at every bit. You know, they won't be slacking off, won't be pulling any shortcuts anywhere, because they want the minutes. They're young and hungry, and sometimes you need that in a squad to keep everybody else honest. Lee Neri says, plus it's also Sunday and the line is never well served. Rail replacement buses, if they are running, are my worst nightmare. We've got Timmy, Dublin public transport seems pretty good. Oh, that's the thing. Outside of Dublin, it's non-existent across the rest of the country. Most people would tell you that, and most people say Ireland starts outside of Dublin. You know, because Dublin's like the rest of the big cities around Europe. When I visited, took a train out to Hope for a beautiful Cliff Coast walk, but I forgot whereabouts in Ireland you are, Dave. I'm actually in the next county over, in County Kildare, my man. It's a lot more country than the big city. What do we call it over here? The big smoke. Avila says, Hall was great against Newcastle and very cool hand Luke penalty. Do you know what? My dad said he was fantastic. He was really impressed by him. People saying, Dave, you've dropped out here and there, but it's my Cornish. No, it's not. It's my Irish connection. Don't worry. I'm in the process of trying to get it fixed. Steve Thomas says pitch has held up nicely considering there are 2 rugby games on it. It's done all right. I'm not going to lie though. The markings are really pissing me off, Stephen. I wouldn't mind getting rid of them, to be brutally honest. Jack says, hi, how was your pee? Don't know what you mean by that. Elite Neri says, love Holt. Been there a few times when I was in Dublin about 9 years ago for my friend's brother's 50th. Sadly, all I saw of Dublin was pennies and the bingo hall in a place outside. And I mean, that pennies, it's like chaos. It's absolutely chaos. It's the biggest and best one in Ireland. So they say, and it's just chaos. You know, around Christmas time, you have people fighting each other for stuff. It's crazy. Shem Tam says, finally synced up my Spurs play with Davey play. Let's go. Big up, Shem Tam. Really appreciate that, brother. Come on, the more that joins us, the better. If you want, you can get the game on the Sunderland YouTube channel. Just put the commentary on silent, because apparently they're absolutely butchering the Spurs commentary. And come and join me for the commentary. R says we should be utilising the academy more. That's what the other big 6 clubs did, and it paid off for them. In an injury crisis, their manager turned to the academy and it gets them through. I mean, look at Kobe Mainoo scoring the winner for Man United in the FA Cup final yesterday. You know, Lewis Miley at Newcastle through injury crisis, give the opportunity. You know, it's took to the Premier League like a duck to water. You know, Liverpool youngsters. I keep saying this, we're one of the only clubs that don't prefer not to give them an opportunity. Great save there by Gunter as well. One of the only clubs that prefer not to give them an opportunity, and I do not know why, because rather than being going out and spending £50 million on bang average homegrown players like Brennan Johnson, just produce our own. You know, just produce our own. It's not that hard. Shawnee says, I usually watch the game on TV and play the watch-alongs on my laptop. I've gotten tired of the usual commentators, so I go for Dave and Jack. Really appreciate that, lad. Plus, it's you get Spurs-biased commentary, which is what we all want at the end of the day. Sunderland looking to get at Tottenham early here. Don't ball across. Oh, no. It's gone all the way across. They got the shot. The guy running in at the edge got the shot off, and I think it's come off the post. Wow, Tottenham need to wake up. That's two big opportunities for Sunderland now in the opening 5 minutes here of the game. It's come off the post. I think Donnelly, is it Donnelly that gets, is it Will Lancashire? One of them I think Donnelly gets dispossessed. It's a ball down the left-hand side. King needs to get tighter. The ball goes across. I don't know how the big strikers missed it. The winger comes in and it's rebounded off the post and gone out. How has the striker missed that? Wow, we got away with that one. We need to wake up. Take that warning signs that we've been talking about at half-time. The warning signs. Tottenham with a throw in here. Just bear with me, boys. I'm just going to turn off the camera for one momento. Just bear with me. I'm still here, though. Keep talking away to me. Tottenham moving forward with the ball here. Casanova. Good ball to King. Can King get that moved on to Santiago? He does. Santiago draws a throw in there. Deep down in Sunderland territory. Camera's coming back on. Just bear with me now. Bingo. There we are. Bingo loco. That's actually a thing, you know. It's crazy. I don't know if anyone's seen it. It's phenomenon sweeping the UK and Ireland. It's like bingo with like mad dance music and all. I just think it's one big headache personally. King with the throw-in. Abbott makes an option to receive it. Holds off his man very well. King, great ball into Tyrese Hall. Tyrese Hall on the stretch. Just couldn't get it under control. Sunderland trying to play out from the back here. Can Tottenham nick it? That's a handball, ref. Doesn't give it. Oh, that's a great challenge by young Casanova. Mr. Loverman, no love there. Brilliant tackle. Tyrese Hall, marauding forward. Takes on two players. Takes on a third. Tries to get a shot off. That's a penalty, surely. He's just pushed them over. Jesus Christ, ref. How many more times do you have to let them do this to Tyrese Hall? Brilliant play by the kid. Gets on the ball. So direct. Again, a nice turn of pace. Takes on one. Takes on two. Takes on the third. Oh, why not? We'll go for a fourth. He just pushes them over. I don't know how that's not a penalty. That's great play by Tyrese Hall, though. Beautiful play. DYT2 says, what shambles? It was bad at the back there, I'm not going to lie. It was bad at the back. Colsey says, Ash Phillips was fantastic with Newcastle again. My old lad also said that, you know, and he's a very hard man to please. Doesn't give out praise too lightly whatsoever. And he said Phillips and Hall looked really, really good. Really good. I was in Manchester, so I didn't get to watch it, unfortunately. I was over there getting Man United revved up so we could get Chelsea relegated to the Europa Conference League. So I was over there with the likes of Rashford and Mainoo and all, you know, just sort of telling them how good they are, refocusing them and getting them ready for that final. Clubs are starting to use my expertise now, you know, my motivational techniques. I wish they did, though. Abbott. Oh, no, sorry. Ashcroft. Delivers it long to Will Lancashire. Uses his body well, tries to hold up, just goes over his head. Sunderland pick it up. Tottenham need to try and get a spell of possession here. I don't like this. Sunderland are getting too much of the ball early in this half. Could Jetlag come back to bite us? Great take by Ashcroft. Chests it down to Abbott. Abbott out to the Don Bomb. Don Bomb back to John. Tottenham slowing it down here, trying to urge Sunderland to come and press them so they could play through them. Casanova picks it up. Sunderland maybe a bit of a different tactic this time. Casanova with a great ball over the top. Santiago pulls it across. Will Lancashire gets hold of it. Does he play anyone? He does. He plays Sunset Bell. Cuts inside. Loses the ball, Sunset Bell. Sunderland are out. That's poor from Sunset Bell from such a good position. Sunderland player takes on John. Puts it one side, runs the other. Now he's looking to take on Ashcroft. He gets the shot off. It's just gone wide. Sunset Bell needs to wake up. That's very, very poor from Sunset Bell there. Just giving away the ball in a position like that. Got greedy. Sometimes you need to lay it off to others. Sunderland straight on us there. He does very well to take out John, by the way, that winger. Puts it one side of him, runs on to the other. Let's get back to the chat. R says, we'd like to produce someone like Kane at some point. Do you know what? Me and my lad, so we go walking, once or twice a week, a nice hike. We sort of talk about all things life, but we always end up talking about Tottenham. Will Lancashire nearly through there. And we were having a discussion about Will Lancashire. We came to the same conclusion that he uses his body very similar to Harry Kane. In terms of what you want from a striker, you're talking about hold-up play, being able to get involved in the build-up play, 1-2s, making the right runs, finishing. He's got it. I just think, personally, he needs to become a lot more clinical with his finishing. I find at times he could get 6 chances and only take 2. I'm talking about really 6 really good chances at times this season. But I think a loan move will help him with that. If we put him out on loan and, where every point matters, so to speak, I think he'll learn to develop to become a lot more clinical in front of goal. I think we could have a good striker on our hands in years to come there for sure. Kate Rickson, good to see you. Dave, I subscribed. Now it's gone to join. Now can text you. Don't know what the hell's going on. Do you know what, Kate? There's a lot of people saying that they've been unsubscribed, and I do not know why. That's not by me and myself and Jack, of course. I mean, why would it make sense that we would unsubscribe people? It's just a YouTube thing that happens. I don't know why. It's happened to other content creators around the Spurs community at times. Thank you for resubscribing. Really appreciate that. And like I say to everybody, keep checking, make sure that you are subscribed if you have subscribed before, and if you're not and you are new, press the subscribe button, because it seems that some people are getting subscribed out, and I don't know why. Shem Tam says, I'm going to beat Ange out if he doesn't show to the watch along by the end of this game, making you have to do it all by yourself. No one's making me do this all by myself. I'm choosing to do this all by myself. Because, like I said, the under-21s have brought me a great deal of pain, or not pain, joy this season, Shem Tam. I'm used to saying pain because that's what it's like as a Tottenham fan, but actually, they've given me a lot of joy this season. Some of the football, some of the goals they've scored, been absolutely brilliant. Shem Tam says, Dave, they're coming down the right side every time now. Look, I flagged it earlier on in the first half, Shem Tam. So I am. It's just, when the ball goes forward to Sunset Bell, he's losing it an awful lot. And to be fair, same with John when he's going forward. But what I will say is, John defensively has been good. But we do need to learn to lock up that right-hand side. They're getting a lot of joy down there now. I think they've targeted. We have to remember, John's not a natural right-back either. So it's hard. It's hard. But he's done a very good job so far. He's doing a very good job. Kate Rickson says, good job, Dave. I appreciate it. But, yeah, Kate, I don't know why it's happening. I can't explain it. I don't know what's going on. I know it's happened to others. But you know what? And again, actually, you're not the first person to flag it today. Mike Organ, the same earlier, just before you sort of flagged it as well. So, guys, keep making sure you are subscribed. And good to have you back, Kate. Really appreciate it. Jack says it's because they hate Spurs. Everybody hates Spurs. I keep saying this. The media, the press, and every other team that we seem to come up against seem to have a real hatred for Tottenham. That's why I just want to be successful so bad. Because there's nothing better than being successful when everyone hates you being successful. Or everyone hates you, It's absolutely brilliant. I can't wait for that day to happen before I die. Sunderland with the ball here. Tottenham retreating a little bit, trying to get numbers back. I just wonder, is the jet lag maybe starting to come in and play a little bit here into this game? We do have options off the bench. Maybe not the best options, but we do have subs we can make. Sunderland with a bit of possession here. Every Tottenham player behind the ball, just blocking it up, not really giving them any passing options through them here at this moment in time. Sunderland look to move it a bit quicker, plays the ball in behind King. Very good ball between the full-back and the centre-back there. But King ends up holding his nerve and catching him offside there. So Tottenham back in possession. Still 155, actually 155 of you guys watching. Come on, guys. Now we're starting to garner some interest here in the under-21s, in the young guns. Guys, keep please smashing that like button. Keep getting your comments in. Anything you want to ask me, get them in. Today's your day, your lucky day. Big Dave's on the mic. So get your questions in, get your talking points in, and let's get the under-21s over the line here. Tottenham go for the switch of play. The sun's really in John's eyes. He does really well to deal with that under pressure. Skins his man here, and he's out. Who can he find? That's a great pass out to Santiago. Can we get someone on the overlap here? We can't. Santiago has to come backwards. Inside to King. King into John. John goes back to Casanova. Casanova into Abbott. Could have got turned there maybe and started going forward. Chooses not to. Goes back to Casanova. All the way back to Gunter. I'm glad his name starts with a G and not a C. Be swearing every time. Ashcroft, under pressure, gives it away here. Sunsup Bell tries to get the tackle and wins it back. Will Lancashire, Sunsup Bell and Donnelly all trying to get forward here. Use him, Sunsup Bell. He uses Donnelly, finally. Donnelly back to Sunsup Bell. It's a bloody great ball. Sunsup Bell pulls it back. Will Lancashire, 2-0! Come on! Come on! I'll always follow Lily White and Blue. Tottenham Hotspur, I can't smile without you. Ah, come on. Let's go. We are the champions. We are the... Come on. Let's go. What a finish. Sunsup Bell picks it up after a great slide tackle. Takes it forward. And a couple of ball rolls, moves it out to Donnelly. Donnelly, first time back into Sunsup Bell. He's in acres of space. It's a great pass. I thought maybe he took a heavy touch. He doesn't. Finds Will Lancashire, and it's 2-0 to the good. And Spurs look like they're set to be crowned Premier League 2 champions. What an achievement for these youngsters, and well bloody deserved. They've been phenomenal all season long. And when the moment mattered, although Sunsup Bell's been poor today, he picked out the right pass, very unselfish, like I said to him not to do earlier on. Finds Will Lancashire, and we're 2-0 to the good. And looks like Sunderland could be down and out here. Love to see it. Love to see it. It's well deserved from the boys. Ilmac says, come on you Spurs, 2-0. Lee Neri says the lads deserve this but need to never stop and get complacent. Absolutely spot on. What I will say is a lot of these guys are on the younger side of the under-21s. They've replicated success from last year's under-17s and under-18s and brought it into the under-21s. And this is what I'm saying. We've got a special talent here, a special group here. It'd be a shame not to get some of them through to the senior team. Will Lancashire battling again. That's absolutely... Don't tell me the referee's giving it the other way. That's disgraceful. Danny Darko says, class act. War says, come on, you Spurs. Spurred for Life says, let's get in. Danny Darko says, super Spurs. R says, TAA, Trent Alexander-Arnold could go for 80 million, Foden 100 million, Saka 80 million as examples. Look, this is what I'm saying. You know, we got to start getting some of our players through and giving them the opportunities. King Hoddle says, easy peasy. I wish it was like that, lad. I wish it was. Danny Darko says, Dave, what you got for dinner? I mean, look, this seems to be a bit of our running thing lately, you know, what's Dave got for dinner and stuff like that. I'd love to, look, do you know what? I think the missus is actually making some sort of chicken dish using like that Philadelphia chive thing. I don't know. I'm just going to sit there and be the food taster. I don't mind. That's an ideal job for me. I love it. Just sit there, open your mouth, taste the food. So I'm going to do that. And I'll let you guys know how we get on, whether it's going to be on the weekly shopping list or whether it's not. Because if it's nice, I can't wait to try it. So big up Danny Darko. That's what I'm at today. Jack, whoever made that tackle, was clutch. That was Sunsup Bell. It was a great tackle, actually. A very good tackle. Spot on. Timmy says, get in. Player of the year. Yeah, exactly. Will Lancashire is the player of the year. Cozy says it's all over. Lee Neris is brilliant. Coys, Mike Oregon, 2-0. Derek Hutchinson, 2-0. Adrian Schrocka, 2-0. 24Z, good to see you, brother. How are you keeping? Where have you been? I expect you to be in here early. Good to see you. Says, yes, get in. Johnny Malik says, come on, you Spurs. Mike Argus says, remember the 25 limit does not include our under 21s from there. It's no limit. And that's exactly what I'm saying. When I say we need a squad of 30, you probably keep your 4 or 5 best under 21 players as under 21 players, but really have them up training with the senior team in that next season. I'm saying this to Jacko. There's no reason why we can't have them playing. And if there's no game time for them in a certain week, drop them down, let them play with the under 21s and hybrid them between the two. That's what I'd be doing, personally. But look, that's where reserve football was also so good. You could get them used to sort of the physical contact and that behind closed doors. So they need to bring that back. King Hodge says, I wonder what we're going to do with Valise. Personally, I think Valise will be loaned out. Again, I actually feel sorry for him. He's being used as a pawn between Sevilla's club president and the manager. The president was the one that brought him in. The manager refused to sort of use him because it's not the sort of experienced striker that he wanted in the door. So I feel sorry for Valise in that regards. Terry Betts says, come on, you Spurs, good to see you, Terry boy. Dave Genoa says, my prediction still on. Will Lancashire climb too. Just need to go from Donnelly and Sunderland to score. Forget about Sunderland scoring. I do want to see a Don Bomb, though. I think he deserves to end the final, with a Don Bomb for sure. Danny Darko's gone. Danny Darko says he's got a cottage pie. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. But guys, I'll let you know what the dinner's like that the missus makes tonight, and I'll let you know how we get on. What I should do is, and I'm sort of debating, should I get a scorecard? Should I pretend that I'm like them people that write up articles for magazines on restaurants and stuff? Food tester or food taster, food critic. Should I act like a food critic, get in a suit, get my pen and paper out? I think I might go whole hog, have a bit of a laugh with it, Score the flavour out of 10, the texture out of 10, stuff like that. The cook on the chicken, is the pasta al dente, That's what I'll do with tonight on that. I'll have a laugh with it. 65 minutes, Tottenham 2-0 to the good, and we are set to become Premier League 2 champions. Casanova, he's been absolutely fantastic today. Plugs it out there. Have a shot. Go on, have one. Plays with Lancashire. Back to Therese Hall. Back to Casanova. They want them to have a shot. Sunset Bell tries to drop it down to Donnelly. Sunderland come away with it. Sunderland are out here. It's a 3-on-4. Can John hold him up? Oh, he gets skinned. Gunter with a good save. Donnelly with the header. And Gunter picks it back up again. Woo! Sunderland nearly finding a way back into the game there. Let's see how many people are watching with us on YouTube now. Guys, 160 in-house now. Keep smashing that like button. Keep smashing that subscribe button, because there's a few people said today that, guys, we love your channel. We were subscribed. Don't know why we got unsubscribed, but we had to resubscribe. So make sure you get on that. Make sure you're still subscribed to the great word of the Irish Hotspur. I'm absolutely buzzing if these get over the line today. It's so well deserved. So well deserved. Is Gunter coming off here? No, he's not. We got a player down injured. Okay. It's okay. I thought Gunter was coming off and Keeley was coming on. Do you know what? It was a big decision when Keeley got back from his loan spell. Do they throw him back in for these under-21 games? Do they continue to go with Gunter, who's played the second half of the season? A fair play to win. He's stuck by going with Gunter. And you know what? Gunter's repaid him. He's been absolutely sensational the last while. Sunsup Bell down receiving a bit of treatment here. Everyone over having a slight water break, taking on some water, taking on some tactics. Nothing Wayne Burnett needs to do. He just needs to say, look, guys, keep playing the same. Believe in yourself. In fact, go out and enjoy the last 25 minutes. Just ball around, switches of play, tricks, flicks. Go and enjoy it. Score a couple of goals. Embrace the occasion. Let's get back to the chat here while we're waiting for this game to get back underway. Wars is up the Spurs. Shawnee Malik says Gunter has been a great keeper for the under-21s. Number 15 coming on. I believe that's Akamarik for number 7. Who's number 7? Is that John? Is it John coming off, or is it Sunsup Bell coming off? I'll tell you guys now. So Sunset Bell is off. Jack's favourite young lad, Yusuf Akamarik, is on. So let's see how he gets on. He's coming over to right back. Actually, he played well when he came on at left back in the cup final, to be fair to the guy. Cozy says Gunter shows amazing maturity and skills. DYT2 says didn't even realise reserve teams no longer exist in the APL. Yeah, they're gone, completely gone. I think they tried to, because if you remember, for a while it was switched to the under-23s, which is what a lot of teams across Europe actually do. They have under-23s rather than under-21s. So when our under-21s play in Europe next season, they'll actually be coming up against under-23 sides, was to maybe sort of try and bridge that gap between first team and senior team. But it didn't work, so now they've switched it back to the under-21s again. But I wouldn't mind seeing a reserve team come back again. I remember we done an interview with Mickey Hazard, myself and Jack, and that was one thing I asked him about. And he said that it should be brought back in. It's a great way to help you close the gap between the first team and the senior team. Spurred for Life says, if you want the food over your head, then yeah, go for the food critic. Nah, she'll take it well. I think I'll go for the food critic today. Like I said, it's the pasta al dente, stuff like that. Timmy says, Lancashire might have a brace, but Gunter is my man the match. Danny Darker says, come dine with Dave. I mean, that would be a great sketch, actually, wouldn't it? We need to get Jack on that. Come dine with Dave, come dine with Jack. Dave Janora says, if we got Donnelly into the first team, we can have Rombom and Dombom. I mean, it would be absolutely sensational, wouldn't it, Dave Janora? Rombom and Bombom. I was going to say Bombom and Rombom there. Absolutely unbelievable. And Max says he wants the hat-trick for Lancashire. Danny Darko says, yes, do it, Dave. Daniel Field says, yes, do it as well. I will. Jack says, when have you been supporting Spurs? Been supporting Spurs all my life, my man. All my life. My old lad, gave me football in my life, and that's one thing I'll always be appreciative of. And also, my mum gave up a lot of time as well to help me get around to games and stuff like that. Ilmax says, Dave is way better than the Sunderland official commentator. I hope so. If not, then I need to quit YouTube, I think sometimes the commentary you get on YouTube is more exciting than the usual shit you get. So if I'm not better than that, then I've got a problem. Yusuf Akamarik is number 15, Danny Darko. Aaron Robson says, why can't we give these young lads a chance? What is the worst that's going to happen? We spend 25 million on foreign flops. Give the kids a go. Keep saying this. Been saying it all season long, But I do think the time is coming. When you look at our homegrown quarter in years gone by, Harry Kane's gone, people like Eric Dyer and that is gone. So we have to sort of emerge or re-establish, refill that homegrown quota. And I am convinced they're going to do it with a lot of these kids who have signed long-term deals at Tottenham Hotspur. Los Faranges, Dave, you were doing a stellar job on your own, mate. Also watching and listening to UOU. Keep up the good work, mate. UOU. What's that? Let me know, Los Farange. Cricket. Aussie rules, which I don't mind, watch a bit myself. Mike Organ says, have you a death wish, Dave? Eat the food, don't judge the chef, especially when it's your better half. No, look, Mike, look, you have to judge the chef, because if you don't, then you end up in a position where you're getting served food that you don't like and you have to pretend to like, which is way worse. Because, I just can't pretend like that if I don't like something. And it's not out of rudeness or anything. I'll just say, look, I really appreciate the effort. Thank you for going above and beyond. And I mean, the fact that you put that effort in for me really means a lot. However, I just can't do it tonight. And I don't want to end up in that situation. So I find honesty is the best policy, lad. Dating with Dave. You're getting Dave's dating advices now. Tyrese Hall, that's brilliant play. Oh, referee, what's he giving here? What's this? What's going on here, ref? Idiot. Collision between Donnelly and one of the Sunderland players. It's the crowd. I feel like I should be there. Danny Darko says, Dave, big up yourself, mate. Great commentary, great crack, great game, chat. Big up all in the chat. Likes people. Really appreciate that, my man. Dave Jones says that Watson goal for Sunderland looks a really... that Watson for Sunderland looks a really good player. Is that the left winger? Looks really, really good, man. Jack says Tottenham are the greatest team the world has ever seen. Look, to us Spurs fans, we are. Other fans would probably cry and moan about that, but, just tell them to stop being soft. King Hoddle says almost all. Lee Neris says apparently under-21s will also play in Europe next season. That's absolutely correct. We are in Europe next season, the under-21s, which I'm absolutely excited to see us come up against some of the other academies. And it's a good way to scout some of the up-and-coming players across Europe and maybe get your eyes on them and try and get them ahead of time, ahead of other clubs. Total Work and Access says, well done, Big Dave. Thanks for keeping us in the loop with the under-21s. Got some real talent there and some more coming through too. Come on, you Spurs. Bosh. Really appreciate that, my man. No, look, and I'll continue to keep people updated next season on the under-21s and stuff like that. I'll keep doing updates on them. We'll keep doing watch-alongs and stuff like that. So really appreciate that, mate. Spurs for Life says, think they would put the crowd opposite the cameras. Yeah, it'd look better for sure. Mike Organ says, mate, she might retaliate if you know what I mean. Last thing your ego needs is to be told, sorry, honey, it just didn't do it for me tonight. Sometimes you have to just smile and play the game. Fair point, lad. Love that. Lisa O says, my son has a game day, I've got to go. Best live commentary, hands down, this channel. Thanks as always. Lisa, wish your son the best of luck. Tell him to envision greatness, envision how he's going to score today, and I can guarantee you it will come. Sometimes you just got to manifest these things. So tell the wee man to have a very good game today and go out there and smash it. No fear, be confident in your ability, and let's go. Big up, Lisa. Thank you for tuning in today. Tottenham go along here. Will Lancashire picks it up. Moves it out to Therese Hall. Therese Hall on to John. John on to Akermaric. Interesting that they're still keeping John at right back and moved Akermaric out to right wing. Wonder why you didn't get a Jai on. He's had a few games out there this season. Ashcroft. Across to Casanova. What a name. What a name. I would have loved to have that last name in school. Would have called myself Romeo. Romeo Casanova. Imagine that. Shakespeare would be proud. Therese Hall tries to lay it off back to Abbott. He's missed it. Sunderland are in here. It's an effort on goal. He's dragged it wide. He has not caught that well whatsoever. Gunter screaming at the back line. Sunderland look like they realise that their chances are gone. Can Tottenham pick up the pace here and go for a couple of late goals? Maybe it served as a warning sign that nothing is done yet. 200 in-house, guys. Keep smashing that like button. Keep smashing that subscribe button. Just a quick check. Some people saying they were subscribed and have been unsubscribed and don't know why. Make sure that's not you. Have a look. Smash that subscribe button. While you're at it, also hit that bell button because every time we upload, you will be notified. So make sure you do that. Come on, guys. Under 21 success here. Premier League 2 champions. You'll never sing that. Technically, if we win this, does that mean we've won more than Arsenal this year? Just putting it out there. Therese Hall. Oh, what a take. Good battling by Donnelly. The Don Bomb. Gone out for a Sunderland throw-in. Sunderland making a substitution here. Just wasting time. Just get it on. Just get it over with. You're losers anyway. Oh, what a day. What a day. Do you know what? I got up today and I was so pumped for this. Had the Spurs songs on. Whipped out the scarf and everything. Cup final day. I love it. Tottenham with a throw in here. Oh, camera's gone. Back again. No, wrong one. There we are. Bosh. Bosh. What a great saying that is. Bosh. Right. Come on. 12 minutes left and we are crowned Premier League 2 champions. Let's see this over the line now. Casanova. Onto John. Comes back inside. Back to Casanova. Him and Ashcroft have switched sides at centre-back. Maybe they're just experimenting. I'm not sure. Good to see, though. That shows how badly we're beating them right now. Go long into Will Lancashire. Great take. Just couldn't get the layoff right, though. Unlucky. Done very well to use his body there to get that held up. Tottenham trying to get pressure on Sunderland. Force them to go along and try and get the ball back here. It's a good out ball by Sunderland, though. Oh, Donnelly nearly assassinates, nearly decapitates one of the Sunderland players. Referee might book him here because he had one earlier on in the game as well, didn't he? I'd love to see him get on the score sheet today. Yeah, he's going to book him. Yellow card for Donnelly. It's alright, kid. Don't let the referee affect your game. You've been great today. Picking up passes, spraying it, open up the play. You've been fantastic. Don't mind the ref. Oh, he's got the ball as well, actually. He's got the ball there. Referee, that's harsh. That's bloody mighty harsh. Can we get pressure on here in the midfield and turn it over? And the referee gets in a player's way. Oh my God, he's having a catastrophic 2 minutes, that ref. Jesus Christ. He needs to quit the Sunday roast dinners. Sunderland popping it around. They look dead and buried here. But they're popping it around with hope, anticipation that they might find and claw their way back into this game. It is doable. We've given away a couple of leads so far this season. Remember against Liverpool in, the quarterfinals. 3-0 up. We end up drawing 3-3, going to extra time, winning it on penalties. Donnelly's out here, though. Holds it up very well. Or Will Lancashire. Yep, that's a free. Where's the yellow card on that one, ref? That's worse than the Donnelly challenge. Where's the riddle? Oh, no, you're just going to give him a talking to. Ask him how his family are. Disgusting. Let's get back to the chat while the referee's pissing me off. King Huddle says Donny looks like he's been in the gym. He's beefed up, all right. He's definitely beefed up. The Lion Cup is more prestigious than the Tiger Cup. Did Sunderland just sub a brother for a brother? I don't know, to be honest with you. And a lot of them related up that end of the country anyway. It's like Ireland, you know, where families sort of live around each other and stuff like that. Shawnee Mannix, we will have this in the Tiger Cup. That's 2 trophies, Dave. Do you know what? I've not so much the Tiger Cup, but I will celebrate this. I've been invested in this all season long, like many of you guys, so I will celebrate this Premier League 2 champions for sure. WXB players, I think Ange should be sacked. I think the recruitment teams have been good, and that's why we've been winning more, not because of him. Ange out. Don't get me wrong, I do think the recruitment team has been very good in terms of Paratici. But we sit here and say Ange out. We finished 5th this season compared to 8th last season. You know, and I think there's a good base to work off there for the first time in a long time. I think there's I can maybe see a slight bit of light at the end of the tunnel. How much we crawl towards that light remains to be seen. But I do think we're starting to maybe come out of that era where it looked like there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Mike Organ says Sunderland have some really good midfield players, but they just can't finish. I mean, that's just a rugby tackle on Will Lancashire there. And the referee hasn't given it. Oh, my Lord. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Max says, gutted about Dorrington, but glad he had a successful surgery. Yeah, gutted for him myself, my man, you know, sort of. I think it happened in the Liverpool game as well, didn't it? You know, and that was off the back of him already getting himself back from injury. Sad to see. But you know what? It's only a minor setback. You know, that's what I would say. You know, he can only come back stronger from the surgery. And hopefully it's somewhere, an issue that doesn't give him too much trouble going forward. And just get back to where you were. He's been absolutely superb this season, Dorrington, and he deserves to hold his head high. And I hope he's there for lifting the trophy as well. He deserves to be there. Joshua says, big up, Dave. Who's been your standout performer? Do you know what? I think Casanova at centre back has been really good. In the game against Fulham, I thought he was piss poor and probably led to the early onslaught that happened through him a lot of times. I think he's been brilliant today. I think Tyrese Hall has been fantastic in the midfield. I think Donnelly's had a good game. Santiago had a really good start. He's phased out a little bit, but here he is on the ball. He's running. He's closing down in on goal. Puts it back to Donnelly. It's a shit pullback. Sunderland player slides in, gets it cleared. I think Will Lancashire's been brilliant today as well in terms of his hold-up play. You know, scored 2 goals as well. Gunter's been really good. I think King at left-back has been good as well. There's been some really good performances there today. Really good performances. You know, to win a cup final, you need a lot of your players to turn up, and I think the majority of them have today, which is good to see. Terry Betts says Mikey Moore is going to be massive at Spurs. I think he's going to be absolutely huge, man. He's going to be huge. Like, when there was a chance, like, he could have signed on somewhere else and not signed a professional contract at Tottenham. Real Madrid were interested. Borussia Dortmund were interested. Some of the biggest teams, you know, 2 Champions League teams, 2 Champions League finalists interested in the guy. Shows the talent that he possesses. Hug the Lover Bear, or Hug the Love Bear says, Dave, do you think any of the fullbacks have a chance at ever making the first team? Yeah, I don't think so. Look, what I will say is King's still young, Casanova's still young, and they've got time to develop, but they're not ready to make the step up yet, I would say. Derek Hutchinson says the ref's a tosser. He's just giving them absolutely everything now. You're absolutely spot on. He's just giving them everything now. It's disgusting. Ball cannons in from 6 yards out, gets down low as well and gets the save on it. Sunderland are just not going to score today for sure. Good save by Gunter though. Would have been an edgy 5 closing minutes if that one went in. 180 you guys still tuning in for the under-21 success. Make sure you keep getting behind the boys. Get your comments and questions in. Like, subscribes, the whole jazzy stuff. Why not? Feel free to grab yourself a membership or throw in a super chat if you really enjoyed today either. Gunter takes a quick one. Ashcroft goes long to Lancashire. Lancashire tries to hold it up again. This time it comes back. Sunderland on the ball. It's a good switch of play. Well done. Great dispossession by Abbott. That's bloody brilliant midfield play by Abbott. Wins the free kick as well. That's quality. Casanova standing over the free kick. Ref gives a yellow card to the Sunderland player, Ben Middlemass. Middlemass. Great name. Not easy to say, a bit of a tongue twister. Casanova. Goes long. Tries to pump it in behind the fullback's head. Oh, Tottenham get on the dispossess. Oh, the referee's giving a free out again. Holy shit, this referee. He just will not allow us to kill Sunderland off. He's giving them absolutely everything. It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful. He's giving them everything. But it's nearly that time. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. I want to be in that number. Wayne Burnett, he deserves a lot of credit for the way he's handled this team this season. He's lost players. Players have gone out on loan. He's had to bring players up from the under-18s. He's been absolutely sensational the way he's handled it this season. Wayne Burnett, the manager, sensational. About 2 minutes left and we should be crowned champions. Geoff Tom says, looking like Leeds will not be back in the Prem. What's the score in that game? Let me know. And Mark says, and Chelsea got Conference League and Newcastle out of Europe. Brilliant, innit? Charlie Malik says, Lancashire isn't there yet. He needs a loan spell to compete against men. I definitely agree with that, my man, for sure. Lee Neri telling everyone to hit the subscribe button. It costs nothing. Really appreciate that, brother. Big up Daniel Field as well. 1-0 still. Danny Darko says, sing it loud, sing it proud, Dave. Oh, I do. I don't think my neighbours are too happy when I do, but I do. Daniel Phil telling the referee to do his job. He's becoming disgraceful here. He's just blowing up for absolutely everything. He's trying not to let us kill the game off. When we hit full time, guys, I do need to go to the toilet quickly and I'll be back. But make sure you stick around with me for the trophy lift and stuff like that. Will Lancashire trying to win that, get the flick on. No one really getting up and surrounding and supporting them. Sunderland hoof it back long. Casanova picks it up. Casanova back to Gunter. Still 100 in-house, 180 in-house watching. You guys are insane. It's great support for the under-21s. Mason King goes to go along. It's blocked. Don't give up any sloppy calls. Please don't give Sunderland any hope now. Just got to muck in, get bodies behind the ball for the remaining few minutes. Sunderland look to go along again, and that's gone out over Abbott's head, and it's out for a Tottenham goal kick. And we've reached the 90. Let's see how much injury time is added on here. Are we going to get it? Still no board up yet. Gunter. Ashcroft goes long. Finds nobody. Straight to the Sunderland player. Tyrese Hall gets in there. Good dispossession. Mason King kicks it out. 6 minutes added on. Where are they getting that 6 minutes from? That's bloody disgraceful, guys. How are they getting bloody 6 minutes there, huh? Jesus Christ. Wayne telling the bench to get ready for the trophy parade. Quick question, guys. Should the under-21s get a trophy parade down the high street with the Premier League 2 Cup title? I feel like they should. I feel like if the senior team gets it, they should get it. I'm so bloody proud of all these guys. So bloody proud. Sunderland player down injured now as well. Referee, Jesus Christ, he's just stopping and starting this last 10 minutes. It's disgraceful from the ref. It's absolutely disgraceful. Carry on. Let's get up the chat. Let's see what people are saying. Danny Darko saying 100%. Shawnee Mannix says a hat-trick. Lee Neris says, I agree with Dave. Well done, lads. Tyrese Hall coming off. Absolutely great play. I think that's a joy coming on. Well done, Tyrese Hall. I mean, what a season from the kid. Take a bow. Absolutely fantastic season. From the under-18s to the under-21s to the senior team. Absolutely sensational campaign from Tyrese Hall. I am so proud of him. Absolutely sensational. Hug the Love Bear says, Dave, do you think any of our fullbacks can make it in our team? I think I already answered it, my man. Look, Casanova, Ashcroft, stuff like that, I don't think they're ready to make the step up personally yet. I would put the case, could you get Darrington to play left back? I think he's good on the ball. I think he'd be more of a solid defensive option. He can go forward with the ball as well. Maybe could you see him maybe convert to back up for Destiny Udogie? Maybe that's one thing you could see. But I would like to see him be given an opportunity at centre-back at some point. Same with Phillips. Mike Organ says what should happen with the under-21s is should have a presentation at a first home game next season. Don't disagree with that. Don't disagree with that whatsoever. Fair play to these kids. Fair play to them. They bloody deserve it. We'll get onto that at the end of the game, though. King Hoddle, Premier League 2 champions. You'll never sing that. Absolutely spawn. Big up the King Hoddle. Three minutes left here. 2-0 to the good. At our own stadium as well. And they'll get to lift the trophy at our own stadium. That's absolutely sensational. That's 2 trophies for some of these guys last year for the under-17s and under-18s, and now an under-21 league title as well. Donbom, that's another great ball out wide. Can he shift it across? Oh, Joy, he nearly gets on the score sheet. Santiago. No, it's Abbott. George Abbott makes it 3-0 to the good. Absolute fantastic finish. Oh, what an ending to the game. We deserve that. 3-0 to the good. Bon voyage. Go back home. Away the lads. Come on, Tottenham. Let's bloody go. Let's get up the scoreboard. Let's change that again to number 3. Absolutely great move. What a ball by Jeremy Donnelly out to Akamaric. Akamaric delivers an absolutely beauty of a pass here. So it's initially great play. I think that's by Ajayi. Great ball by Donnelly first time as well. Just completely opens up the Sunderland back line. It's ball across. Ajayi gets the shot off. Abbott takes a touch, cool and composed, and then roofs it into the top of the net. Absolutely brilliant finish. The composure as well. Not to snap at it. Take his time. Get it out of his feet. Great finish. Absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in, I want to be in that number. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. Come on. 3-0 to the good. Premier League champions. We are the champions. Come on. Let's have it. Delighted. Sunderland maybe trying to get one back here. Nothing but a consolation. Can we take it off them and go again? Let's go and get a fourth. Sunderland deliver it out wide. Fullback doesn't take the option to cross. Now he does. It's a good ball in. Gunter comes and claims. Goes down on the ball as well. Come on, get up in-house right now. Absolutely insane numbers, guys. Getting ready for the trophy lift. Come on, you Spurs. Danny Darko says, love it. Jeffrey K says, brilliant. Sundeep Patel says, captain, fantastic. Oh, great play by Ajayi again. That's a free kick, surely. Referee takes pity, doesn't give it. King Hoddle says, too much quality for them. Gap in class. Absolutely spot on. It's another save by Gunter. I'd love to see him keep a clean sheet. Charlie Mannix says, if we get one more, my 4-0 score prediction is correct. Dave Ginola says, I nearly was right with my prediction, but in my defence, Donnelly assisted the third goal. Absolutely spot on. And Matic says, come on, you Spurs, 3-0. Richie B, who scored the first 2 goals, it was... Has it been given? Yeah, it's been given. 3-1 to the Spurs. Late consolation for Sunderland, nothing else. Sad that Gunter didn't get to keep a clean sheet. I think he deserved a clean sheet in the end, to be brutally honest. He's pulled off some great saves. Donnelly picks it up. Puts it out to John. Tottenham win another attack here. Got a 4-on-3. Use Donnelly. He does. Donnelly picks it up. Switches it out to Ajayi. On to Santiago. Can he bend one in? He does! Oh, just gone wide of the post. Santiago nearly making it 4-1 and getting his name on the score sheet as well. Unlucky. Tottenham going again here, though. The goal scorer, Abbott, slowing it down. And that's it. Come on. Premier League 2 champions. You'll never sing that. Come on. Oh, absolutely over the moon. Absolutely over the moon. Can I just say, first of all, absolutely well deserved. These guys have been excellent all season long. You know, they've had to deal with players going out on loan. Some players like their contracts coming up, the likes of Harvey White, the likes of Brooklyn Lions Foster, who sort of left the club in January and went out to Helsinki and stuff like that. You know, some players being called up to train with the senior team. They've had to pull players up from the under-18s as well. And what these guys have done this season is absolutely tremendous. You know, talk about going through adversity. And my God, do they deserve this. Their heads could have easily bowed after the Premier League Cup loss to Fulham and the manner of the loss. They've played a lot of extra time towards the end of the season to get here. They've showed great character, great determination, great mentality, and this is their just deserves today. This is their rewards. Picking up the league trophy at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in front of their own fans. What an absolute moment from some of these guys. And some great performances out there today. Donnelly, every time he got the ball, splitting the Sunderland back line with his passes. Will Lancashire on hand to tap in more goals for us today. Santiago was dangerous down that left-hand side. Hall and Abbott in midfield were absolutely sensational. Back line today really stepped up. That's been our Achilles heels over the last few weeks. We've conceded a lot of goals. We're playing players out of position. We're playing two full-backs in at centre-back. The adversity that this team has gone to go through to be able to get over the line and lift this cannot be understated. This is a league they finished bottom of last season and were due to get relegated until they changed the rules. They've gone from Premier League, from relegation to Premier League summit in the space of 1 year. One absolute turnaround that is. Massive credit goes to the manager as well, Burnett as well. Absolutely sensational as well this season. He's been absolutely sensational the way he's handled it. And you know what? These guys deserve this opportunity today. They deserve it. And they are making Tottenham Hotspur proud. Some of these guys, Tyrese Hall, Jamie Donnelly, Dorrington, Gunter, players that have stepped up from success at under-17s and under-18s level last season to now deliver at under-21 level. We have a special group of talented players on our hands that are bringing success to this club. When the class of 91 done it at Man United, or whatever you call it, the class of 89, look what they went on to deliver. We need to get some of these guys through and bring them through together as well and give them their opportunity next season. They have bloody deserved it. What an absolute tremendous season for this under-21 team, and they should be very, very proud of themselves and what they have delivered. Round of applause. Absolutely sensational. Absolutely sensational. Getting some highlights here from the games. I'm pretty sure we will get to see the trophy lift in a minute. But I just had to get that off my chest because they've been absolutely brilliant. From relegation to champions, I mean, that's absolutely unheard of, the turnaround. And some of the players, some of the performances they put in this season, Will Lancashire bagging 22, 23 goals across the campaign. Jamie Donnelly bagging, I think, 19 goals and how many double digits assists as well. Sensational. Tyrese Hall stepping up from the under-18s to the under-21s. Abbott's been sensational this season. Dorrington, when he's been fit and available, has been sensational. Absolutely phenomenal for some of these guys, and I'm so proud of them. Really, really proud of them. And they represent this with pride. They represent this the way we want it to be represented. No egos about them, just good old-fashioned hard work, character and mentality, and they've bloody delivered. Absolutely sensational. Love it. Premier League 2 champions, very well deserved. Bosco says, come on you Spurs. Danny Darker with the trophies. Lee Harvey says they tried to deny us the trophy by playing an extra knockout game, but we still done it. Come on you Spurs. And you know what, Danny? It would have been just so unjustified to dominate the league the way we did and then not be in the playoff final and going with it. They've earned this. They've earned this. I remember saying to a couple of the guys after the last final, just sort of reaching out and saying, look guys, football can be a cruel game. But this is where it's a test of everything you've been through. Pick yourselves up for next week. Let's bloody go again. Let's go and deliver it. You deserve it. Go and take what you deserve. And hopefully a couple of them have listened to that. And it looks like they have. They've got over the line here. Absolutely buzzing for them. Timmy says, Saints just about there. Brad Sean says, can someone please explain to me why we have to play off Premier League 2 playoff? All I understand is the format changed this season to have more teams in the league. I think basically it did change to have more teams in the league, but it's changed that there's no relegation out of this either. So basically I think you play a randomised 20 games. You don't get to play everybody. You play a randomised 20 games. And then the top, I think, 16 teams of the league go out into a playoff, which is ridiculous. So basically there's no jeopardy towards it. And I think what it's aimed to actually try and do is that the clubs can work on the individual player and, get him out there in games and stuff like that, basically get him to work on traits that they need him to work on to become an overall player, rather than maybe not working on the player because of the jeopardy of relegation and stuff like that. That's what it's designed to do. I don't like it personally. For me, I think the other format, winners and losers. I think it brings out the best players, the best mentality and stuff like that. So I'd like it to see change back, to be honest. Danny Darko says no extra time needed. Absolutely spot on. Absolutely love that. Paddy Harnett says, Jesus, Davey, you are miles behind. How am I miles behind, lad? Nowhere near miles behind. I'm well on it, lad. Well on it. Game's over. I probably forgot to stop my clock, did I? Yeah, I did. That's what it is. But big up, Paddy. Really appreciate it. Also from Spurs, Shawnee from Spurs Talk Show. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. We're champions. Knows who he is, but get over and check his channel out. Lee Harvey says, Dave Jacko would have loved this. He would have. Really, you don't really get too much support and stuff like that, so I really appreciate it. And he says, well done, Spurs. Well done, Dave. Here's to the new season for all Spurs fans worldwide. Come on, you Spurs. And you know what? Winning this gives me hope. And I think what it also does is, there's going to be a lot of press on this, especially a lot of people from the Spurs, that represent Spurs in the press. They're going to be on this. And what it does is it highlights, the talent. It highlights that we've got a good group here. And hopefully puts a bit of pressure on the club to actually try and bring some of these guys through. It can only be good to come from this, Carl Knight. I'm absolutely buzzing. I followed these all the way through last season and this season. And to see how some of these guys have come on, developed, stepped up from under 18s to under 21s. Like I said, from relegation last season to Premier League 2 champions. I mean, what a turnaround. Through the adversity, the players that have been sent out on loan, some of the contracts that were terminated, some of the players that have been moved up to train with the senior teams at times. It's absolutely sensational. Will Lancashire is just walking up here to collect his Premier League 2 Player of the Season award as well. Very well deserved. Did he get today's man of the match as well, I wonder? I'm not quite sure. But that is the Player of the Season there for Will Lancashire, getting his reward. Of course, scoring 2 goals today. He's been absolutely brilliant. But Carl Knight, really appreciate the support, my man. I'm already buzzing for the new season. I'm actually excited for the transfer window as well, because a lot of the deadwood that I wanted cleared out have been gone. There's only a bit left. And once they're gone, for me, there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's fresh. It's rejuvenation. It's exciting. And that's where I want to get Carl Knight. So big up, my man. Really appreciate the support, brother. Big up, David Ginola as well. Probably miles behind on the chat here. Lee Neri says, well deserved by Will Lancashire for sure. Ivalis says 2 a.m, but a good win. Off to bed. Good work, Dave. Come on, you Spurs. Go on and get a good sleep, my man. Really appreciate you joining me for the watch along today. Danny Alisito says Southampton straight back down if they don't invest. Hopefully we don't get Kyle Walker-Peters. I've seen that rumour. I definitely don't want him back at Tottenham. Lee Neri says there's no longer Division 1 and 2, but instead all part of the same group, but don't play everyone. The top 18 play each other. It's top 16, Lee. Top 16, my man. Sunderland players just up there getting their medals. Dave Janora says Southampton promoted. Leslie Crawford says, does that mean Leeds can't afford to buy Roden now they miss promotion? Puts it in jeopardy for sure, because I believe Tottenham are asking 15 to 20 million. So it's up to them whether they want to go and splash it or not. Big up there, Danny Darko as well. Absolute legend. Don't forget Danny Darko. You might not see me if my food critic, job goes awry tonight. So that who don't know, the missus is making me a new dish. It's called Philadelphia chicken. Gonna give it a go on the food critic, the food tester. I've got a score sheet marking things out of 1 to 10. If you don't see me, you know it went wrong. But that cup looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The 2 tigers or lions on the side. Absolutely beautiful trophy. Didn't cheap out on that for sure. Brad Sean, really appreciate the support. Says, come on, you Spurs. Really appreciate the support, Brad Shaw, my man, top guy. Same as Caroline, absolute legends. Absolutely buzzing. Akamarik gets his medal. Sunsup Bell is getting his around his neck. Tyrese Hall as well. What a bloody campaign. Superb. Knight stepped in at left back. Done very well today. Brilliant. Ajayi. Luke Gunter as well. Fantastic season for him. Ashcroft, good season. We've got, who's that? Josh Keeley getting his medal back from loan. We've got Will Lancashire, player 2 of the season. Way brilliant. Santiago. Could be his last game in the Tottenham jersey, by the way. Only 1 year left on his contract and on the older side. Tottenham players now stepping up onto the podium. Still getting medals out here. Casanova, who was absolutely excellent today. Was poor in the last final, but excellent today. Abbott now getting his medal. And, of course, scoring the 3rd goal as well. Putting the icing on the cake. Dorrington, good to see Dorrington there on crutches, but also getting his medal. Josh Keeley as well, great to see. Kieran Menton there as well. A lot of medals to dish out here. Donnelly's already up there with his medal. He's ready to lift this trophy, of course, being the captain. Getting the last few players up there now. That trophy looks absolutely beautiful. Still got 136 people watching for the trophy lift. Really appreciate that, guys. Absolute legends. Let's go. Hey, come on. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, because we are the champions, my friends. Get in there. Abbott lifting the trophy. Come on. Bloody well deserved. Fucking great season from them, guys. Let's go and get the manager to lift it as well. He's had a bloody great campaign. Luke Gunter. Way. Who's next? Come on. Akamarik. Ready? Oh. Chose not to. He's done me there. Akamarik, you've absolutely done me there. Casanova now with the trophy in hands. Now Ashcroft getting a touch. Back to Abbott. Under 21 Premier League 2 champions. Absolutely well deserved. Going over into the front of the crowd now to say thank you. I want to say thank you to these guys for a massive season this season, but a bit of pride, a bit of joy, and they've got their rewards right at the end of the campaign. Fully deserved. So happy for them. So bloody proud of them as well. Very, very well deserved. Let's get into the chat. Let's maybe start signing off and saying goodbye to some of you folks, but really appreciate you all tuning in. Danny Darko says, come dine with Dave. I think that's a new show we need to get out on the internet. What do you think? John Fernandez, Soulful House says, come on, you Spurs. Al Cockerell, member for 8 months. Really appreciate the support, brother. Says, come on, you Spurs. Well done, Dave. Top work. Really appreciate it, my man. And you know what? It makes it all worth it when you see them lift the trophy at the end of the season. Because even myself, I've stuck my neck on the line for some of these guys. I've sort of tried to raise awareness about some of the quality that we have coming through. And I've got a lot of pushback. But, days like today makes it all worth it. Where they maybe, instead of me doing it, they make people stand up and take notice. Absolutely love it, Jose. Thomas says, we have finally won something. That we have. Dave Gianola says, here we go, lifting that Premier League 2 trophy. Come on, you Spurs champions. Lee Neri says, if they didn't change the retirement age in the UK, I would have been a pensioner. Mojar says, wow, a trophy. Shawnee Maddox says, you love to see it. That we do. Danny Darko says, great group of lads. Come on, you Spurs. Tottenham till I die. Joshua says, Scoped, how is it sad supporting the youth? I'll get to that comment in a minute. Shawnee Maddox says, Dave, did you go through all the super chats? Yeah, I think I got them all, Shawnee. Oh, no, I didn't actually. There's more there. Shawnee, thank you very much for reminding me. Give me 1 minute and I'll get to it. I missed James Coffey. James Coffey says, hopefully the start of a new era with a winning mentality at Spurs. Big turnaround from last season. Do you know what, James? The way I'd look at it is I always think you should try and have a core of homegrown players that have come through the academy, that have that love, affection for the club. Because I think that will never die. They'll always rock up giving their best, but also won't allow others to take the piss and slack off either. I think they keep a lot of people honest, and they actually have your club at heart. And I think that's why I love seeing homegrown lads come through and stuff like that. But what a turnaround. From relegation last season. Now, last season we had a lot of injuries, but we were also outplayed in a lot of games. To turn that around and turn up this season with a much younger team, may I add, Tyrese Hall, Jamie Donnelly, Dorrington, all only 18, 19 years of age. We've added a couple of players over the summer as well to this. And we're coming out the other side now. And we've gone from relegation to Premier League 2 champions, and we've bloody deserved it. But there's some players here that have replicated it from under 17s, under 18s, and under 21s. Kieran Menton, Tyrese Hall, Donnelly, Dorrington, Gunter, Abbott. You know, there's some fantastic players here, James, and I think we should be looking to get the best out of this and look to sort of bring them forward. Not only that, but it helps the club out in the long run. You know, right now, you know, we've decimated our homegrown side of the squad through selling Harry Kane and some other players that have gone off the books over the last few years. And we need to rejuvenate that. And that's why Man City sort of go out and look to, you know, they'll try and pick the best English players up around that they can, that's available to them, and bring them in. Because they know how important having a full squad is. And to have that, you have to have your homegrown side sort of up to scratch as well. And that's one area that we've lacked over the last few years that we really need to cushion up. But it saves us going and spending big money on average players, because that's what you get when you go into the market for homegrown players, because every club knows that clubs need them, and it comes a premium. There's a tax on it. So for me, we'd be doing good by bringing our own through. And those who don't make it, we should have good sell-on fees, which we can add into the transfer kitty for the first team. But keep an eye on some of the recruitment for the under-21s and the academy over the next few years. You know, we signed Herbie James and Callum Logan last season from Ipswich and Man City, respectively. You know, we've done good recruitment in that area. Big up James Coffey, really appreciate the support, and hopefully we can use them now to drive us forward and get them up into the first team. Big up Dreadlock74 as well, really appreciate it. Charlie Maddox, member for 9 months, really appreciate it. It's longer than that, actually, you know, it's a lot longer than that, but really appreciate it. Says, thanks for covering so many youth games all season. Hashtag Dave for Chirpy. Well, here we are, speaking of Dave for Chirpy, my man. I've got him there. What I feel like I need to do is I need to try to sort of get Chirpy off and get the missus to embroider Dave on it, and then we can have Dave as the mascot, which I absolutely am destined to be, Shawnee. Really appreciate the support, brother. Absolute top man. Make sure I'm not missing any more or anyone else. My voice is going, but we'll get there in the end. Make sure we're not missing. We're not. Really appreciate all the support, you guys. Top people. Now, well, let's take a few more and then we'll end off. Balu says the under-21s got relegated last season, and this season they won the Premier League too. Absolutely amazing. Leslie Crawford says, spell check Dave for Chippy. I do like chips. Josh Tyler says, think some of these under-21s will only ever be ready for the first team in either decent loan moves or at least a couple of them on the first team bench. Look, for me, I just think, personally, what I've seen over the last years is players that we have sent out on loan, we've lost them caught up in the whole loan system. Dane Scarlett came through bagging goals, you know, real huge reputation. Sent him out on loan to the wrong clubs, and he's been lost up in it. You know, there hasn't been any improvement from these players, and then all of a sudden they reach 21, 22, and we're not handing them contracts because they haven't produced out on loan. For me, I think it's about, you know, I'd rather keep, especially the real talented guys, you know, I'd rather keep them in and around the squad, have them combination between being on the bench, playing some cup games, and playing under 21 games over the course of the season. That's what I want to see. Look after the development ourselves, you know. Now, don't get me wrong, someone like Will Lancashire will have to go out on loan, but I think he's ready to, and I think no matter where you send him to, I think he'll score goals and stuff like that. But I think the likes of Donnelly, Hall, players that are supremely talented like that, what's sending them to a League One, a League Two club really going to do for them? They're already surpassed a lot of them guys in terms of talent on the ball and stuff like that. They need to be playing with other talent around them. You know, they need to be playing in the Premier League where the ball's kept on the ground, passed through the turds and stuff like that. So I would argue, I think we should be keeping some of them and using them as a hybrid. Next season, we're going to need a squad of about 30 players to compete on all four fronts. You know, you can only register 25, so you've got to keep your 4 or 5 best under-21 players as under-21s because you don't have to register them. And then that, in effect, creates your squad of 30 players moving forward. And that's what I would like to see happen with them on that, Joseph. Sundeep Patel says, let's hope there will be more happy clapping next season with the first team. I really do hope so, my man. I really do hope so. Ilmac says, we finally get to celebrate something. Come on, you Spurs. That we do. Leslie Crawford says, good lad, Dave. Keep up the good work. Your enthusiasm is infectious. Really appreciate it. Your support, all your support is infectious. Joshua says, Dave, who do you think is ready to come into the first team? I think Tyrese Hall. I think Donnelly, without a shadow of a doubt. And I think Dorrington and Ashley Phillips already, in my opinion, straight away. I think they're ready for sure. Big yourself up, my man. Really appreciate the support. We've got this from Scoped, under-21s. This is so sad. Look, some people call it sad. Some people could say, oh, Dave's only hopped on it. I haven't. been on this all season long, been doing content on the under-21s all season long, you know, and for me, I've always liked keeping an eye on the academy, the next players coming through and stuff like that. Some call it sad, which, yeah, you can have that opinion. For me, I think it's exciting. I like it. So, sorry about that, Scoped. Kavumani says, hopefully we can swap Roden for Gray or Somerville. Look, there could be a potential. I really like that kid Gray, by the way. I really like him as a midfielder. I think he's got a huge career in the game, I would say. Lee Neri says, well done, Dave and Jack, for the watch along and all you have done this season. Really appreciate it, my man. We'll take a few more, and then we're going to end off, guys. We have Danny Alazito, Will Lancashire looking better than Scarlett. He's looking superb. What I like about Will Lancashire is I think he's got the all-round game. You know, you can pump long balls up to him, he can hold them up, take them down, lay others into play. When other people gets the ball, he makes great runs into the box. You know, and he can score goals and do the link-up play and the build-up play, which is very important. I think he's got all the right attributes for a good striker. What I will say is, though, Daniela, I think there's a lot of times this season I've seen him spurn chances, easy chances, and I think he does need to go out on loan and improve his finishing and become a lot more deadly, a lot more clinical. And I think that will help him, because when you go out on loan and then you're playing in the scene in amongst men, you tend to find you'll only get 1 or 2 chances a game instead of 7 or 8 chances a game, which you normally get in the under-21s or in academy football. And that alone will learn him and help him become a lot more clinical. I think that's what Will Lancashire needs. You know, but I like him. I think there's a lot of similarities to, you know, the way he uses his body and stuff like that, the way Harry Kane did. I think he's already got that stuff down. I think he just needs to become a little bit more clinical. Josh Tyler says, great watch along, Davis. Brilliant work you do on this channel. Really appreciate it, my man. Really do. Julian Hughes says, what about Iago? I've been consistent with this all season long. Look, Iago is on the older age of the under-21s. And I would think if he was ever going to be given the opportunity, I think he would have been given 1 or 2 opportunities by now, and he hasn't. The fact that Mikey Moore has been called up to sit on the bench, you know, rather than someone like Iago, probably suggests that they don't really think that Iago's going to make it here beyond into the senior team. And he's got 1 year left in his contract. I actually think he'll be sold this summer personally, but let's wait and see. That's only my personal opinion on that. Toxic Headshot, allowed the loans, put them in Tottenham. Absolutely spot on. Couldn't agree more with that. Android 890 says, can we have an open bus parade and a DVD? Look, I definitely would say give them the open top bus parade. I think they deserve it. Why not? They're Premier League 2 champions at the end of the day. Shawnee Malik says we need multi-club model or similar relationships like you see at Red Bull or City Group. And again, that's something that could really help us. You know, we could send players there to out on loan and guarantee them game time and stuff like that in other leagues across Europe. But, you know, they used to have the thing called feeder clubs, where I think Leyton Orient used to be one of Tottenham's, where you could send your players and almost guarantee that they'd get some sort of game time, you know. But that sort of has been diminished and washed up and stuff like that. But I definitely think, you know, that's something we should be looking at in future for sure. But look, guys, I think I'm going to call it there. I think, I'm going to call it a day there. They're not really showing any more of the game on Spurs Play. That coverage has ended and stuff like that as well. Look, I just want to say to you guys out there, a massive thank you for a lot of your support for the under-21 games this season. Also the content that I've put out. I was a bit nervous doing it because I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. But you know what? You guys have really got behind it, and I really, really do appreciate that. So thank you for your support over the course of the whole season. All of us who support the under-21s over the whole season, we've got what we deserve with the Premier League trophy. But most importantly, them boys out there, them players out there got what they deserved. They've lifted a trophy and they've made us proud. That's under 17s, under 18s and under 21 level over the last 2 seasons. No one can deny that we haven't got a talented bunch there. But guys, that's it for me. You go off and enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Or Sunday, I'm off to celebrate Premier League 2 champions Arsenal. You'll never sing that. As always, come on, you Spurs. In the mighty hands we trust. We never stop. Congratulations to the under-21s and manager Wayne Burnett.